Yes, we have Minecraft music. Anyway, hello. Hello people. Hello everyone. Hello Vortex.
Thanks, just me. I'm the only important person here, actually. The others aren't important.
No, I said your name because you did write in the chat. Anyway, so I'm gonna start this by first of all explaining who's here, and then we're gonna just have someone explain the last few sessions, like we always do with our session recaps, and then yeah, we go ahead with like what we have planned, I guess. So today, sadly, not everyone made it. But we have Jeremy here. Our tank, our fighter, Tony. We have Hazel, our Gubloon, the wonderful, crazy Furbolg, and we have Vortex, our Elisa. What?
You put that, yeah, like no, continue. It's fine.
Okay. What the fuck? Who, as we know, is just
The
very
best party
mouthy,
member.
like a baby. Wants to eat everything. Um. So,
Okay.
what?
It's accurate though.
Yeah, that's I was gonna argue with it, but you know.
You can't
It's
argue
accurate though.
it.
How many different things have you asked
okay.
now? Like, how would that taste?
Jeremy,
Hmm.
would you give us a recap of like the sessions?
Like everything?
Just as that, like a few small things, like just a basic recap.
Well, okay. I'm gonna go into less detail than I originally had planned, and that I had written down. We started in a small little town called Arnheim, and there in the tavern we learned about orcs in the forest. Went out into the forest, saw a magical creature. We fought some wolves, after which we had a quest. We got a quest that we had to do in a city we still have to get to, called Meenheim. We found the orc camp the next in-game day. Got our asses handed to us. So we went back to Arnheim. Had 2 sessions of unrelated, really, birthday stuff. I would say, at least. And when we met a character called Yuli who kind of sparred with Raffle and my character Tony. After which we, I believe, went back to the orc camp, finding it, well, from what I remember, deserted and then like fully, yeah. And find a goblin creature in there with some valuables that had been stolen from us earlier. And in exchange for some stuff that we had to get from a nearby spider cave, in a sense, they would give us some information and valuables back from what I remember. Yeah.
We did notice at the heart of the what is the animal called? The one that's supposed to like the one that we met, like I call it the forest keeper, but I don't know what it's called.
Yeah, I have forest guardian, I believe,
Yes.
from what I know, or one of the, at least.
Sorry.
you want to actually say its proper name, or like how it's actually called, or no?
Well, you just said it, so.
Oh, literally just the Force Guardian. I thought it was.
It doesn't have like a actual like proper name really to it.
Your mic isn't properly fully picking you up, by the way.
What do you mean?
Very distant.
Oh my!
It sounds very distant to me.
Yeah, keep explaining.
Okay. After we got the valuables back and the information, we took rest in the camp before heading off again, meeting Yuli again, and getting a piece of cloth with a family crest on it. We head back to Arnheim to try and, I believe, get the last few things and try and deliver a giant head, basically, to the mercenary guild there. Got a bit of information about the family crest. Finding it's the Hoxhaus family, and we then headed off into the spiritual forest, where we have been in the last few sessions.
Yeah, quite a few.
God. How do you quickly and easily do all of the stuff that has happened there?
Like, you can like briefly go, it's like, okay, we went to a bridge, we wanted to long rest there, which we visited a little cave, and within the cave we found a fish lady that didn't really speak much, mainly because she didn't trust us. I have her name somewhere. Valera, there we go. And she was like, oh, let's go to the Lost City, or the Lost Sea, and we were like, okay, let's follow you there. And we went to the Lost Sea, which turned out to be her home, and it's a little house with a pond, and that's where most of our staying was. There's a family there from the Huxaris family, and they want us to do a few things, which one of them was going to go collect a crystal heart and get some materials from it, which we did. We met a party member along the way, Vernon, one of our players, and well, we came back with that, and now at the moment, we're just basically resting up before we want to either take down the little the Amber Wraith, or to go to the nearby city, isn't it?
Yeah, that is correct. All right. I would say that's a pretty good recap of like what happened so far, honestly.
The most important stuff, I would say.
Yeah, you catched actually from what I remember,
outside of
what I think of, like
the only thing
like that is
now
in
that
my
Vortex
opinion.
said it though, is with the heart of the Guardian and the orc stuff.
Oh,
why?
Yeah,
that was skipped over now I think about it, but
yeah. The orcs want to sell the heart of the forest beast to someone, which I assume they did, and we are currently looking for that heart so we can like bring it back to the beast so that the entire forest doesn't die.
It's worth noting that in service of this, we've seen a great pillar of light that may or may not be associated with this creature. Note to track it down to some location that is marked on our map as Leshy, and we have been receiving visions from this being telling us that it's going to meet us soon.
Right.
I forgot about that part. Real quick.
All right. Then I think that is to that. Said what has to be said. And as I already kind of hinted you guys, I would like to make like a little mini game. It's, as I said, nothing big. I would like you all. Huh?
Can we just beat up Tony?
Yeah, roll me a d20, please. All of you.
You're kidding, right?
I have a 12.
You have a 12?
7.
Yeah,
Our
no,
initiative for our turn order.
No, it was
No?
not the turn order. What
3.
it is, I have a little roll table here with some little things that are kind of interesting to do, in my opinion. We're gonna start with Hazel. Your number gives you an NPC impression that we would like to hear from you. We already had, like, in the
You're
sessions,
good at impressions.
like, really good impressions from you, like, related to NPC, so I think you could pull off this, like, pretty good. Is there a specific NPC you would like to try? Or do you want me to give you one?
I don't know if I can be confident in my ability to do anything. So
No, you're
just that I didn't think that my impressions were especially good, and don't think that my impressions are generally especially good. So it'd probably be easiest if you were to simply provide me one. Sorry, I need a bit of water for the moment.
No, it's okay. I mean, it is, like, improvised, and it's, like, you're not prepared for it. So it's all good. How about you give us another impression of the fish thingy? Because, like, since that was, from what I remember, the, like, first impression we had.
Hell yeah.
Hold on, I have to turn off noise suppression.
Yes.
Oh my god, okay, do you know what? Yeah, you get...
Yeah, I really love how you're doing this. It's, like, really good, honestly.
I'm happy to get that.
Okay, so, moving on to
Since
Jeremy.
we cough up tonsil stones when I do that.
Oh. You had a 3, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that means you're gonna give us a character secret, either real or fake. Something you wanna share. You're not gonna say if it's fake or real.
It's no longer a secret that he's ticklish beneath the ribs.
That's true.
It's not the only place I'm that's ticklish.
We do
Not the only
have Ticklish Toe Tony.
Is it your secret you
that.
wanna share?
For now, sure.
Okay. And
There is stuff that I want to say, but I want to keep that for actual session and not here.
Vortex, you had a 12, right?
That is true.
Okay. I need you, or, like, I want you to make up a bold theory about your, like, next villain's plan. The next villain would be the Reaper.
I already know this one.
Okay, yeah. What I genuinely think what they're gonna do is they took that heart and they sold it, and they're using it to do either a sacrifice or something. And what they're doing is to awaken the dragon so they can destroy this land.
That's an interesting theory, honestly. That's a good theory.
Hopefully not. I rather he's like, guys, I'm calling you all for a magical tea party. I'd rather that, you know.
I mean, fair enough. Okay, but still really good. And we're speaking of theories, so we're gonna move on immediately to your guys' theories. And I'm actually very interested and, like, curious about it, because there's so much stuff that I've seen that it's just tickling my brain really right. It's just, I am very hyperfixated about D&D, and I really love my campaign. I mean, without sounding selfish or anything. But yeah.
Okay.
There is one thing that I've seen in the notes that you guys seem all to be relatively interested, and that's Pedro. Pedro seems to interest you guys. So, how about we just start with that? Hazel, what is your theory? What's your theory about Pedro?
So this was actually the first theory that I think we came up with. I think Vortex and I were in VC when we were initially talked to about the idea of a session like this. And I half jokingly proposed, what if Pedro is Shallan? But the more that we, I apologize, I should probably, would you like me to go about it with the structured notes system that you described? Or
That was just for myself. To
Ah.
have like a structure with it. But you can just go ahead and just start talking about it how you want.
I initially proposed this as a joke, but I think that Pedro, the little masked blue goblin that has appeared a couple of times to our party, may either be related to Shallan or be Shallan. So, first, what do we know about Pedro? We know he's from the Magical Forest, and the Magical Forest has driven people crazy. We've got Tony having not Tony going on there. We've got Gabloon touching cursed artifacts and wandering away from the party, getting into the bottle and doing all that. She's trying to eat everything. So it's quite possible, right?
Mm-hmm.
Pedro could probably be crazy. Potentially could be affiliated with whatever mask he's wearing, because that's pretty much the only other thing we know about him. In addition to the fact that he seems to trust the party on some level. Now, I've played through this campaign before, and I've actually had one of my own characters get lost in the forest and appear later under mysterious circumstances, and much worse circumstances than they were last seen in. Also, they're both blue. But I think it's quite possible that Shallan might have wandered away from the party, tried to get to Mindenheim for some potential reason, could have gone into the Magical Forest, touched some sort of artifact, potentially donning this mask, and now adopting this Pedro persona.
That's... I didn't even think about
potentially,
the mask thing. Yeah.
Whenever we stumble upon them, of course they'd see familiar faces and see it as, like, a safe place to return to curl up like a weird little cat and be trained. I mean, even the way that they interact with the party is similar. They don't quite trust the party, but they certainly don't distrust the party and recognize that we are a safe place for them. They also fuck with us in a couple of ways. Like giving whoever it was that kiss that turned into some sort of affliction.
I do not remember who that was on. No, it did happen. You're right.
I think Gabloon was also kissed, but hasn't seen any effects because fuck, he's got enough going on.
Yeah,
basically.
He's all lovely in the inside.
Got one, I believe. Tony also got one, I believe.
Yep.
Pedro could just be Shallan, crazy in the woods, and now with us for some reason. So hopefully we can figure out something to either help him out or, see if he actually is Shallan or not. I don't know if Gabloon would put 2 and 2 together there, because he has an intelligence of low and a wisdom of lower.
It is either like you're putting it together or like Gabloon putting it together, right? Like,
that's cool though. I didn't think about that, especially with the mask idea, that it could just be like a corruption thing and he doesn't realize it. But...
Wasn't there a chest that we found that was empty?
Did we? I don't remember. What section was that? Like the Crystal Heart?
It was, near the Crystal Heart, if I recall correctly. There were a number of chests, and I recall one of them being empty, though I guess it could have been... Gabloon did separate himself from the party, however, so it could have just been the chest that you guys found the knife in or something.
Or it could be the one...
I recalled that...
You saw the green hat on the guy? Was there a chest there?
No.
No.
Wait. Maybe?
Wait.
I don't think so.
Is Gabloon still wearing the hat?
Yes.
yeah.
Oh no.
Well, the guy was wearing green robes in general. He just had the cool hat on.
No, the hat is...
I would hope the hat is not cursed.
Who knows?
Maybe Gabloon's going to really turn into a big Pedro.
Maybe. I mean, what's your thoughts, Jeremy, on this theory?
You hate Pedro, don't you?
Yes, I do. I do. But to be fair, every single interaction with Pedro I have had has not been the kindest. To be fair. Literally the first time I saw Pedro, it was in a dream climbing onto your back where I end up stabbing both Pedro and you.
I mean, but he's dealt with the problem.
Literally how it's the first time I saw Pedro. Do you understand why I hate the creature then? Whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah.
It makes. Okay. So Hazel, what's your question to me about this theory? Do you have a question about it?
About the Pedro to Shallan theory?
Mm-hmm.
Well, the thing is, I do already have... I'm not going to say anything, because if I say anything, it'll give a lot of stuff away, but I know stuff, and you know that I know stuff, and the stuff with the... But...
Okay, let me say it like that. That is not the same Pedro that you know. So you can keep your headphones on.
Okay, that...
Oh,
pretty much
So
would have been the shape of my
Hazel
question.
played the campaign already before, and met also a version of Pedro, but
what was
not
the
that one.
creature called?
It was also called Pedro.
Yeah, I don't know the species name or anything like that. I guess Shallan didn't exist back then, so obviously Pedro cannot be Shallan, but in this world it's quite possible.
Okay.
Which is pretty much what my question was going to be, but I was going to try to find a way to ask it without asking that, because...
No, it's fine.
That
you can
might...
ask it. To answer that, no, Pedro is not Shallan.
No!
No.
It is an interesting theory, and I really like where you're coming from with that, and like how you're getting to that conclusion. And it really shows me that basically you put like thought into it, and I really enjoy that. No. I mean, yeah, the spiritual force is known for driving people crazy. Given that we already seen baby Tony, for example.
I forgot about baby Tony.
I did.
Got hit with the age regression beam.
But
hey, and y'all forget that Raffle turned into an old man. Come on. I wasn't the only one whose age got fucked with.
But no,
to be fair, he at least acts.
That didn't happen with Shallan. I mean, something did happen with Shallan, as we know, but he didn't turn into Pedro.
Probably better because I like Pedro. Can we put him on a leash? No, okay. Wait, no, that's not what I meant. Okay, what I was thinking was if Pedro, I rather Pedro. Pedro sounds silly. I'm gonna call him Pedro. He's sophisticated like that. If we bring him outside the spiritual forest, I'm gonna scared he like dies and turns into a twig.
Like he's a fucking darkener.
Yeah, no, exactly. No, what if it's like, okay, what if it's like Groot, right? And since it's like a tree, we can take a twig off of him, we can grow him in a plant. Like a plant pot. How do they reproduce? Do you want? Never mind. I think we move on.
Okay. No, you can theorize about this. I really enjoy listening.
I think it would be wonderful if we had someone else get all of the pets again. Like what happened with Tucker. Like what if
oh yeah, it just reminded me.
What if Pedro just starts following the party and all of the other critters? I remember I think it was I'm not gonna say anything, but I look forward to the potential idea that we might just have a bunch of
Okay, to explain to people that don't know, I mean that's probably a lot of people. We in our old group had a party member who just was basically attracting a bunch of spirits who then just started to follow him, to attack him, or like people that got near him. And yeah, he just was cursed by I think it was at the end 4 different spirits.
It was Pedro and Nero and the one from the deck and one other that I don't remember. Oh right, and then there was also Mallow on Maravor, and Magma had
Yeah.
his Pokeball.
Yeah, his Pokeball elemental thing. So yeah, we will see similar things happen again.
I forgot about the skeleton merchant guy. I hope we see him again.
But yeah, let's move on to a different theory. I think we discussed about this one a bit now. The next one that I also see on 2 of the lists that I have in front of me is why are the dragons asleep? Or in general, what is like the theory behind like the sleeping dragons? And Vortex, I want you to start talking about that. Because,
No,
like,
okay. Well, okay. So here's the thing, right? We did talk to a few NPCs, and there are dragons here because they have mentioned it. We were at one of the guild halls in Arnheim, and when we brought back the spider head, they're like, "Oh, you shouldn't have brought that back. Come back when you bring a dragon head." And she laughed at us. And now, okay, metagaming, we know there's dragons because it's called Sleeping Dragons of Arion. Oh my god, that's ridiculous. I know it's crazy. But there must be here's the thing, right? I think there's a reason the dragons are here, and there's a reason they're asleep. I have like 2 theories. One of them being that they serve as like guardians in a way. Either there was evil spirits here and the dragons were protecting them and they dealt with all the evil spirits or whatever, and now they're asleep since there's no danger anymore, or that someone put them to sleep and is now trying to do like an evil plan. Because I genuinely do think they act more as guardians than villains here. Like, my original thoughts were like since this place is so not well known, it could be like an Australia sort of thing where all the prisoners were sent off. So you could say all the bad things were sent off to this island and the dragons would just have to deal with them.
Mm-hmm.
And my suspicion is that because of when the dragons were alive here, it also meant that towns didn't set up as well. And that also means that people never came back to tell people about this island. It's only the fair few. And the reason why you never go to this island is because you would just die. You just get eaten alive. My big suspicion is that the dragons are going to be awakened either for 2 reasons. One of them is either we have to do it to stop some evil sort of plan, or it's going to be the opposite where some other group tries to like mind control them or whatever into their own, and we have to like stop it.
Mm-hmm.
I do think they act as protectors. I originally thought they would be like the evil ones and some people put them to sleep and now it's fine, but I don't really think that, especially that most dragons are like, they're wise and they are usually okay. Most dragons are bad, but like they're wise, and I think they would act more as guardians here because if they were the bad ones, I don't think they'd let anyone live here at all. What else can I add? I don't think there's much more. If I get a pet dragon, I'll be happy. Actually, one more thing. I have one final thing. I have a suspicion where this is a Hoxaris family linked thing, right? There are, if I remember correctly, 2 sides of the family. One of the family doesn't like each other, and the other family doesn't like each other. And my suspicion is that the other one did something to the dragons, and that they don't like them. But that's just a ballpark, just thrown in the air.
I mean,
that's it.
That's an interesting theory, especially like adding the Hoxaris family. I can tell you that much. Yes, the Hoxaris family has something to do with the dragons. Not in the way that you're thinking of.
Okay.
I'm not gonna disclose further because I don't want to, as already said, like go that much deep into the lore yet.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, they do act as guardians. So that part of your idea is correct, but not in the way that you are thinking of.
Okay. I mean,
Um,
we'll see. I just want, I don't know, like, I want to word vomit what I think, and we'll see.
I
The
mean,
dragons are cool.
to get just a little bit deeper into this, since I did say I will drop a little bit of lore. That's also something that is on Jeremy's list, because he also already like a little bit of deeper side.
Jeremy, do you have any? Like, what was your? Did you have theories on the dragons? Sorry.
Well, most likely what Luna is gonna go into now.
Okay, I'm listening.
I asked it more about lore in a sense.
So there is a myth going around in those lands, but no one is knowing if it's actually true or not. I'm gonna explain that myth to you. So basically, it's being said that there once, like a few thousand years ago, been two dragons, like older dragons, elder dragons, who basically acted like yin and yang.
Mm-hmm.
So like one of them is evil, one of them is good, but not evil in the way that he just like did go and destroy everything. Evil in like the way of he wants power to basically just rule a little bit. But given that yin and yang, they basically just lived next to each other, guarding that area, guarding these lands, and also protecting the other dragons, basically the followers of them.
Mm-hmm.
And since there was nothing much to do for them besides just guarding, they are in somewhat of a sleep, and no one has much like really ever heard or seen about them since. That's why it's also just a myth, because it's been like legends say over 1,000 years that they even been seen, so that no one is really knowing if that's even not, that they even exist.
It can even be like what I'm thinking, like a teasing sense, because it could have been when they were saying like, "Oh, come back when you bring a dragon head." Like they're not going to, not because they can't defeat one, but because they haven't been seen in so long.
Yes.
Okay.
That's also
So,
like, sorry, Hazel?
would there happen to... Is that what the two eggs were about? The black dragon and the white dragon and the bringer of the apocalypse and the savior of the world and the whatnot? In that timeline, that, oh fuck, the bard. The bard bastard. The
Yeah.
bard meanie. The bard meanie messed up. Was that the reincarnation of these two primal forces of tyranny and liberation?
It might have been.
Are you on about Vernon?
No,
No.
Hazel is
It's
on
not
about
immediate.
our old group.
Okay.
You remember the story I told you about how the bard befriended a dragon and it threw off everything about everything?
Yes.
Mhm.
And then my characters started receiving visions of an upcoming apocalypse with the world bathed in fire. And the only possible savior being the other child born from this egg.
Oh.
Wait, does that mean that black dragon was that black dragon? The one that they captured in the place was that one? That's impossible! How could they have bound that? How could a mere bard with a mere counterspell have...
That's
That could not have
interesting theory that you're getting up there, but no, it wasn't.
Sorry. Okay, thank Christ. That would have been fucking crazy. That would imply that the people of Middenheim have restrained the being of...
No.
What?
That is not what happened there. But yeah.
Jesus Christ.
That's also like basically why no one has also seen a dragon in forever. because I don't know how much attention you guys did pay to the map, but there is a single little island that you can see on the map that has a specific name also that is kind of hinting on that stuff that I've just told you guys. So
I'm looking at it right now. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I noticed a few other places. I'm not gonna name them out loud, but like, I'm really excited to go to them because
I'm excited for the entire.
I recognize some names. Let's just say that. The only thing that comes to mind here is that there's like, if you want to yin and yang it, right? Like, there's one side which is the dark evil island of the like where the
you're
Venus
thinking
capital
too
is?
deep into it. There's literally an area here that is literally having dragon in its name.
I thought you weren't being that obvious, like guy, like come on.
No, it is. I made it very obvious for people.
I can
Okay,
confirm
you meant
in the other Irion campaign, the black dragon that was liberated from the arena said something about going back to their, like, the bard tried to see if they could follow this dragon to their homeland, and the dragon didn't say they don't have a homeland, they just said no.
Okay.
Which means that dragons do apparently have a place that they live. It's probably the dragon place. It's probably the place with dragon in its name.
Most likely.
What if you come there with like a bag of dog food and we can like
maybe.
Of course, that's what you come up with.
I might eat the dog food on the way.
But yeah, okay, but we're already at that point of like eating stuff and like dog food and stuff. Jeremy, you had a theory written down, or like at least a question written down. Would you like to like ask the question?
Why does Elisa want to eat everything? Just why?
Oral fixation for being abandoned by your mother at a young age?
No, my mother didn't abandon. Well, I'm not gonna say it. My mother didn't abandon me. She's still there. Can't like. Okay. Ooh. No, it's not a thing. My mother. Well, okay. My mother is like a 4 out of 10 fine. She's hanging in there. She's all right. Not in real life. The mother in this. My mother is actually fine. I think she's downstairs.
What?
Okay, with the food.
You said what about your mom?
Nothing. With the food, okay, I'll be honest, it wasn't. This was more of a thing I started doing because I realized it's fun. There was no necessarily explanation. What would come to mind is I'm technically like, okay, like my character's an adult, right? But they just left like their home. And they're, in my opinion, they're still very childish. And Elisa's very curious. One of the things is that on her like main island, which this is a little bit like, it's not that big of like a spoiler for story or whatever, but she wouldn't leave the house much because she would have to do a lot of stuff. And like she worked in the not in the gardening center, in the the place where they cure people with plants. The garden, let's call it the garden center, all right? And she was very curious and wanted to learn more about things, hence why she likes the plants. And guess what? Plants are edible sometimes. So, in contrary, she's like, ooh, new plants. To be fair, she probably should be smarter than let's eat poisonous plants because that's a bad idea. But there is a curiosity of like, things are new and she can try them. It's like, I think that's definitely a thing of like, this is so new to her because she's spent all her time in her little like snowy village and that's it. And now she gets to experience all the actual plant life she can explore normally, all the food, all the people. It's very different and she's just trying to like enjoy all of it. So I think that's what it is.
Why would a race of lizard folk or turtle people live in a snowy village?
Okay.
Would they all freeze to death?
No, because she's not. Okay, look. So
Fair.
when a father turtle and a mother dragon love each other very much,
Okay.
a child called Elisa's name.
I've seen this one already.
Fade to black. Fucking
No,
fade
okay.
to black.
Here's the thing. The father is a character that I've played, so there is story behind them too. And the mother is also a character I played. So it's also a character. So they both have story. Long story short, they lived in separate places and now they live there because of what happened to their backstory in a way. It's like it's not a spoiler, the father is like an inventor, blacksmith, and that was the place. It was like a big blacksmithing area, Frosthold. That's where she used to live. So that's the thing. Also, because heating exists, I know that's surprising. Like, you could just heat the home if it's too cold.
Right, but being a village, it doesn't sound like they'd have the most resources with which, I guess being a dragon, you do just have portable breath weapon.
Well, yeah, but it's still not like it's not energy. Okay, a little sciencey, but like if you eat the food, then you still have to use the same amount of energy to heat yourself, so it's not more efficient. But yeah, I get what you mean. It was more of just like a look. The way I observed it with my characters is that a lot of towns are in like mix of communities. It's not just like it's just the elves or whatever. So this one's just a mix of range of people. It's not like dragon people that specifically live there. It's just that what they were.
I see. Usually, sorry, the village thing threw me off, I guess, because I made a lot of assumptions based off that.
No, it's
I'm
okay. It's
stupid.
fine. To be fair, I played
Okay.
the game a little bit differently, so. Okay, so yeah, long story short, things look tasty, so that's why I eat them.
Even fairies,
What?
apparently.
And you do have a cleric with you now that just fixes all your
God,
problems.
I have questions for Tony, but like I don't want to ask them. Well, I can ask them, but you don't have to answer them. Oh wait.
You can ask them when we go like over to the Q&A section.
Why is Tony such a bitch? Sorry, continue.
Then
Fucker.
we're gonna go on. Because there's also something that I see also on tool lists. Again. And it seems like Julie is really interesting to you guys, so
She has a lot to
Yes.
say. Oh, not really, but
there's the question like, why is Julie mute? Or like, why can't they speak on 2 pages? So I want to hear theories about that. Then I'm gonna answer you the question. Jeremy.
you guys, yeah, Jeremy, you cook, then I'll cook. Then.
I don't know. The only thing I usually get in my head is either you're born, I guess, or like, you know, like fucking tongue got cut out or something. I don't fucking know. That's the stuff that I usually have in my head. But for me, it's more literally just a question more, because I have not always really like theories behind why
Okay.
Okay.
Do you have
he
any
usually
Hazel?
with me.
Do you have a theory about it, Hazel?
I haven't interacted with Thule once. So I think Thule is.
Yeah.
You leave her why?
I think Thule is Yuli. I know I'm so wild. I've got all my facts straight. This is gonna be the best theory you guys have heard.
Fuck yes.
I'm listening.
Okay.
Yuli is mute because she drank the 7-day muting stew. Basically, she was dabbling in evil things such as saying swear words, and her mom got really upset at her. Their mom got really upset at them, and you know, made a stew that makes them go mute for 7 days, and that just happened, and that's why they're mute. Just wait a week, she'll get better.
Isn't Yuli like 20, 30, 40? I
I
don't
mean,
know.
fantasy races reach maturity at different rates.
True.
Halflings take to like age 30 to be fully matured.
I, for some reason, mature very quickly.
Also, Yuli is secretly a halfling for the purposes of this theory. Just a long one.
Very long
A
one.
halfling
Yeah.
with gigantism.
Okay.
Here's like, okay, can I? Is that sorry?
What?
I know. Yeah. Okay. I know nobody on the stream can see it. So our DM is currently holding up a massive neon sign that says "fuck off" in big bold letters.
It's not plugged in yet, so it's not illuminated.
But you know what? The theories for that can stay later.
I can't wait
Maybe
to
that's
actually like
remember how we have
walk
to say our
around there
names to
again.
enter the forest? Maybe we have to say fuck off to leave the forest. Like it appeared in the glowing house.
Okay. Wait, that just okay.
Oh, that's a fun one.
I think something for Yuli that would make sense, that's not like super out of this world, but pretty normal, is that she's cursed with something. Because it's not the only person in the family that is cursed. We have the Sea Leviathan that remember that they wanted their soul freed and that they became the Sea Leviathan. I think that could be a similar thing of like, oh, Yuli wanted something, right? And they lost their voice because of it. Like, I don't know what the curse would be, but I feel like it's for a reason. Or the second thing is just aesthetic purposes. It's funny and they can 1v1 raffle, so. like in a beatboxing match, except there's no beatboxing, so they just beat each other up.
Okay. Okay. Interesting.
Fucking rap battle, but the only thing you see is hand signs. It's literally the only thing you see.
Well, maybe. No. Okay.
Lighting stew theory is gonna be correct. I'm calling
So
it now.
to explain you the actual reasoning behind it.
Lighting
So
stew.
Julie
Lighting stew.
was or is one of my old characters. That I used to play. And she has a full written out backstory, of course, as well. Because of that. And basically what happened is in one of the fights that she had, her vocal cords got destroyed in a form of way that she just can't.
How did that happen?
Wait, I'm thinking of saying it in a family-friendly way.
Oh.
The opponent tried making muting stew, but it was too hot and it was still boiling hot when they poured it down in your mouth.
It's like permanent.
It destroyed it forever.
So, Julie is a frontliner. So she was like, of course, always in the front, and there was no one else that was also tanking with her. So the full focus was laying on her, and what happened basically, she got put prone to the ground, and rapidly smashed basically on her throat.
That would make sense. I'm surprised she's alive. A throat is required to live because
Yes.
breathing and like spinal cord.
If I would have drawing of it, I would show you, but basically you also can see scars and like in general like scarring across like her throat as well because of that.
Okay.
But it's
she's exactly like Rathel. Oh my god.
It's like nearly always like covered up by like either a fur scarf kind of thing or like armor pieces. So it's like not noticeable other people.
They're both mute. Imagine like having Rathel and Yuli wedding, except the priest goes, do you want to take her as your wife? And then all Rathel does is nod.
I love the way
A good
that
one, yeah.
you nodded. I can imagine it really well, honestly.
Do you,
Alright.
Rathel, take this woman to be your lawfully wedded wife?
Fucking thumbs up. Yeah, why not?
Oh my god. Alright. Fuck. You people are weird. Anyway, let's move
so
on.
we can we
I
can
thought that's
check
shipping
your
out party
identity.
members.
Yeah, I was about to say. Like,
Yeah, I just want to say.
Let's get to the next theory we have about something about Tony, but not
Okay.
Tony.
Okay.
oh,
Hazel.
racist guy.
What's the deal with not Tony? So I've been wondering, just generally, what is the deal with not Tony? Like, what's up with him? What's his name? Where did he come from? Is he ever going to go? Where did he come from, Cotton Eye Joe?
Okay.
But basically, my main questions are about whether this is a complete separate entity from Tony, whether it might be its own, like, separate being. Like, what if it's someone else's consciousness that was somehow implanted into that cursed knife, and then when you touched it, like, could it have been that it somehow just got sucked into you? Like, the last person to touch that knife was just really racist against elves? Or what? Like, there's all sorts of things that could be up with it. So I was kind of in the dark until we got to the Lost Sea to interact with the Hoxaris family a bit more. And that's where a lot of really weird stuff started happening. You start seeing that spectral face in the fire. You're pulled away from everyone else. They go to try to treat you. I know that the Hoxaris family has incredibly powerful magic. I am aware of Ilona, one of the family members that we haven't actually seen in game yet, but I know that she is a cleric that has access to 9th level spellcasting. So if this is, like, if there is anything that can be done on this earth to get rid of that curse, the Hoxaris family would know what to do. Like, they have lived in these forests, but they aren't telling us anything. They aren't doing anything. They just kind of left. I mean, you would know more than I would, of course, since you were actually there. But I think that it's not that they can't do anything, but that they won't do anything because whatever not Tony is might be associated with them somehow. Either some enemy of theirs that they don't want to release back into the world, or some friend of theirs that they don't want to banish. I think not Tony has some sort of history with the Hoxaris family. And that's about as deep as the theory goes, because there's not too much more information than that. But
That's
it
so
seems
good.
really weird that we know so little when we know that they know so much.
Okay.
And like
That
that
was good.
spectral face has only appeared in their fireplace to you. Like, when everyone else was around, it's not shown up. I mean, that could be not Tony's original face, actually, if he was.
And
Okay.
yeah, and even if we relit the fire, it wasn't there anyway. So it's like their sort of magic that does it, right?
Okay. Interesting theories. I really like those ideas. But again, I have to tell you they are not really as true. So yes, it has to do with a knife. That is true. Or like had to do with a knife. It was a curse
No
that
way.
was laying on that knife of like whoever stares into the blade captures one of the souls that is like gets that one of the souls brain work possessed by one of the souls that is captured into the knife's blade. So basically it's a cursed knife with like whoever dies from it, that soul gets captured into it. It was literally a random roll of one of the souls that are currently captured got basically into Tony's body. They don't wanna, or like they do wanna dispel the curse, the Hoxara family, but they can't. Like that part of the family that you meet there in the spiritual forest can't.
They're weaklings.
It's not necessarily because they are weaklings. It is just not like their specification. Like that's not what they're specialized at.
Yeah, they're especially beating up people and
No, they are not.
Sounds like
bullying
another
them.
Mindenheim affair.
Emiko is not as far and not as like experienced as Elona is. Far from it. I mean, Emiko is the daughter from Elona, as I already, I think, mentioned before.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she is not as trained and as like deep into her learnings as Elona is, and also is not like a cleric, first of all. Because she just didn't want it to be one. And that's why they prepared that letter that they gave to Elisa last session, which is leading you to someone else who can cure that curse, hopefully.
Okay.
And to explain to you who that person is, it is someone who has fought into, like, in the war that is going on. There's, like, a war between two islands, basically, on these lands. Between, like, the main giant island, where you are on right now, and the Harboria, where, like, a bunch of elves live. Like, most of the elf folks of, like, Irion live there. What the fuck? German. And basically, that's where that hatred against elves is coming from. Yeah, Hazel?
I was basically just about to ask about that. Like, oh, is this guy like some warlord from that war? And
yes. So, he was basically having his own little group that was following him, and he was like the highest of the rank, basically, in that group, between those people, and he saw them all die in front of him before he like died himself through that knife. So that's where basically the hatred is just coming from against elves.
And then that bomb is sent to buy the... Go.
Are the other people's, like... So, all of his platoon died with this knife, or at least more than one person than just him, I would imagine, right? So there's got to be more than just him in there.
Yes.
Is there any way we can free these souls and potentially, I don't know, put them to rest? Even if he's a racist guy, I mean, that is pretty...
I mean...
We could...
In theory, yes, you can. But
in practice, that's going to cost a ridiculous amount of money and do absolutely nothing for us.
Well, it just... You don't even know about that stuff, really, like, in character yet. Like, there might be a chance how you figure it out, but... Yeah.
You could mail them the dagger in an envelope. Here are all the souls.
But to be fair, Vernon, I believe, still has the dagger.
Yes.
So the dagger is still on the party.
Yep.
Like, it's still with us.
Yep.
It's in the bag. So
it.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, it's still in the bag.
I believe it's out of the bag, so... Uh-oh.
No, yeah, it is. It like before I handed it back and like got the not Tony. I did put it back like in the bag as a sheath before handing it back.
Okay.
So it is like sheathed. It's not like you just see the blade.
Yeah, I get you.
Like from how I basically in my head have it, it's like you have the bag over the blade, and then you have the actual handle.
It's also
from the knife.
You have to actually like actively look at it. Like it doesn't have to like be like a small glimpse on it and you get possessed. It's like literally you have to stare in it. And that's what Tony did. He was like describing it
2 minutes
as like holding it up in the air, like looking into the blade, or like looking like at the blade. And that's basically what did it. Yes, Hazel?
This is the last question I'm going to ask.
That's okay. Ask your questions.
So, since presumably Tony, possessed by not Tony, is still ticklish in his under his ribs, right?
Yes.
Is that tied to the consciousness? Okay, so this is just because I don't know how long we're gonna have to deal with not Tony. What if I've internalized the massage spell by then? Would it theoretically be possible to remote tickle not Tony using the massage spell? Regardless of if this would even have any effect, it's a thing that I think Gabloon would probably end up doing, and would it be possible? Because the background isn't that different from
I have to think about that one. I have to think about that one.
Something I will quickly add though, because it was mentioned with the original theory. The face in the fire has nothing to do with them. It has to do with Tony, his character.
Oh.
I'm not gonna further explain, but it has to do with my character. So.
Story-wise.
The thing, make theories about that what you will. Depending on what it is, I might give something.
You can ask that when we go to the next section. If you.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Then depending on how much it is going to say, I will give answers.
Okay.
I want to keep most of it in session.
We're gonna go back to a theory that Hazel had. And I'm actually curious what all of you think about that. There's like the question, like, what created the beam of light? But like in general, I would like to hear like some ideas and theories from you guys about that. And I mean, Hazel, it was your starting theory, your starting idea, so tell us about it.
Alrighty. So, the reason I'm particularly curious about the beam of light is I remember no such thing from the first campaign, so I have a couple of inklings about what it might be about, but I'll get into that once I get into the actual bulk of the theory. Basically, I think that this beam of light is probably somehow related to the Amber Wraith or Amber Reaper or whatever the hell it's called, and whatever ritual they're carrying out. It's coming from within the forest. It seems to be in the same approximate direction as that Leshy place where the Reaper supposedly hides. Whether it's Amber Reaper or Amber Wraith, we know that they're definitely called the Amber something or other, and the light was yellow in color, and I'm pretty sure, I mean, I'm not, good at colors because red and green color deficiency and whatnot, but amber and yellow are close enough colors, That forest guardian thing, the thing which had its heart torn out. The thing was, in the campaign that I played in, we just stopped the orcs from, we killed them, flat out.
Yeah.
There wasn't the whole thing where they got the heart and they took it off to the guy. So we just kind of came upon the dude for unrelated purposes. It was something to do with one of the characters' backstories, but what I think it might have something to do with whatever ritual is being carried out with that heart. Now, I can't... A couple of things irk me about this theory that has directly to do with the Amber Reaper, because they're trying to hide, right? Like, they're in... I don't know, why would they light up a giant beacon when they're sacrificing some great forest critter, you know? That sounds like the sort of thing, especially when we're being tasked to go and save it, that would be the exact opposite of what you would want to do, unless it's already too late. So maybe it is too late, and we're gonna go fight a souped-up version of this guy, or he's gonna have an army of undead thralls, or maybe an army of undead forest things. Maybe he's the source of the weird goop wolves we found. I didn't think about that one, actually. In any case, yeah, that's that about that.
I have ideas. Okay. One of them, why I think, like, I don't think they have a choice on whether the ritual or not should have a beacon. I don't know what spell it is, but I'm just assuming it's like a, oh, we have to have the open sky or whatever, right? Here's my thought, right? The Forest Guardian isn't linked with the spiritual forest at all. Well, at least not from my knowledge. They're linked with the old one in Arnheim.
Yeah.
What I'm thinking is going on is that, okay, I feel like the spiritual force is so weird that they tried to contain it in like a bubble so that none of the bad and weirdness of it spreads further. Hence why it explains why there's a guardian when you enter, to be like, hey, who's there? Who's coming in? You know, it ensures that people that come in don't maybe bring stuff out. It's like a border control. And my assumption what's going on here is that this heart, since it's linked with forestry, magic, and nature, could be something like it's going to break the dome or whatever that's protecting this forest, and they might spread stuff around. It's a very out of the world like idea, but I feel like it could be for something like that, or at least that's something that came to mind when I was thinking about it, because they're bringing something in from a different place, right? That doesn't belong here. So why do they want it here and not in the old place?
It specifically has to do with like a forest in particular that's bordering this. I like it. A fairy infestation.
I think that's cool. I don't think that's a bad idea. Again, because I haven't had a chance to interact with the amber creature, and then I could get like an idea of what's going on, because the orcs felt like just like a third party, like, oh, just go eat it. Like they were just, they were the goons that were just supposed to be sent and do it. I just don't know, like ritual wise. I don't know a ton about like specifics for D&D magic. Yeah, that's my idea. It's like, oh, you have to shoot up in the sky so you can break the barrier or whatever. But that's just a guess. That's my idea.
So, Jeremy, you got an
Well, it's most likely like fairly close to what Vortex was saying. Like that's the thing. I'm not really that big on the theory side of things.
Yeah, but I mean, you hear this?
I usually, well, with the whole ritual thing at least. Like that's why the beam of light and everything. That's more what I mean.
Huh?
But yeah, no, that sounds to me at least what's most likely, but
Okay. So, the beam of light is indeed because of a ritual. Coming from the Amber Reaper. That's what I mean. There is an alternative timeline that could have happened. I'm gonna just quickly mention that. So Hazel mentioned that the old party did it different and like just did slay the orcs and didn't even get to the point where the heart got sold, like fully stolen. So basically, excuse me. So basically, that's that would have been the alternative here. So like, you go in and slay the orcs before they were able to escape and pack their camp and sell that part. So yeah, but you didn't do that. You reasonably decided against going in the first time you were there, and decided to go take another rest.
We tried.
Which is,
I mean, like,
fair, as I said.
Like, think about it this way, guys. It's not a responsibility. We're just a bunch of bums. Like, we're level 4. We get eaten alive by black kitties. Like, that's not our problem.
We technically did what the people of the town asked. They just wanted the orcs gone. We blew up their shit. That probably scared the fuck out of them. They were like, okay, we just gotta grab this heart and book it. So they left. So technically, we succeeded.
Yeah.
We succeeded.
Technically. Technically.
Yeah. Oh, you succeeded that mission. Yeah.
We succeeded quite poorly.
I
Worst
find
possible version of success.
I find it interesting that there's that different timeline of like what I'm imagining this professional party walking in, cleansing this land basically and destroying them. Well, this is the 4 buffoons that like ran in and just like stumbled over a bunch of shit and just like this is just. But this is what I think. It's like we're not a warrior group really. We have some dumbass herbalist, a guy that basically just wants to collect as much resources as he wants, a mute, and then. I mean, the guy with the sword probably would be the guy, but like, he can't kill, standing dead creatures and take off their heads, so.
There was a barbarian with a penchant for running headlong into everything that yelled in his direction. There was a rogue that scrambled around on the battlefield, not being able to decide whether to attack the orcs or run the fuck away. Because that Draz guy screamed so loud that she wadded out of there yesterday. We had a warlock who aimed for the wrong target every time, a bard who doesn't know how to cast anything but vicious mockery, and a sorcerer who was playing Moncala with one of the orcs and actually having a very pleasant time of it.
Okay.
So it was not as professional as you were. Like, it was kind of...
Yeah.
But it's the same way I think it's like perspective. One of the things that I once mentioned about my character is that they saw this group of, it was with the statue thing, if they saw this group of people go through their city and one of them was tossing coins at the statues. And like to her as a young child, this seems like such like an important army, like mercenary group that's going and dealing with evils. And then it's my dumbass players that like are just, I think, the most they're disabled. Like it's so bad. Like, but it's cool with perspective. It's the same way like kids and stuff see, like firefighters as heroes and stuff. Like, I mean, they are, but like it's a case of like they actually see them as like actual, like knights nearly. That's the way I think of it. It's just perspective, which maybe we're a big inspiration to some people, but.
I like those theories though, honestly, behind it. It's really interesting. Let's move on. Let's go to the next theory. And I also see that on, again, 2 of your guys' stuff that I've got sent. Stuff about the Hoxaris family. and basically asking what the story behind them is. So, Vortex, what's your theory behind it?
I have nothing cemented. Like they're important because we've interacted with them so much. There is no coincidence. It's just like it's just some bum ass family that makes tea or something, you know. Like they are genuinely important.
To be fair as well, we literally got a crest, and like when we showed it, it was like, oh yeah, no, watch out with some of the family.
Yeah, they're not good. And this is I don't have anything in particular. One of my thoughts was that they have they're dealing with the dragons and they either put them to sleep or whatever. Like that's what I'm in general thinking. I have two interesting thoughts. One of them is like, okay, this might just be aesthetic choice, but every single one of them we interacted with is like a humanoid animal breed. Like not like any other species, but most of them are like a human with a bunch of foxtails, or like a wolf, or like there's like a one that's mixed with like there's like a fish lady, you know, or there's one that's mixed with a deer.
Okay.
I love my squeaky chair. It might just be aesthetic purposes, but it could also be like a curse thing, or maybe there's just a reason that they're all like that. My second thought is there are two families, and my suspicion now is that there are two dragons. And, you know, there's the good dragon and the bad dragon, and there's the good side of the family and the bad side of the family. My thoughts are, what if we're interacting with the bad side? Like, we have no confirmation that they're the good ones, or that, you know, maybe there is no good or bad, it's just different intentions. But it could be that we're helping the evil one do whatever, their evil plan to, like, blow up some, like, poor guy's house or something, you know? So
They do just have a house slave.
yeah, well,
from our point of view, Prototype KL is just a robot. But if KL308 was a fully sentient, functioning person, Prototype KL probably is as well. So that's actually a good point. They might not be good guys.
Yeah. I mean, we have nothing to prove it, but my only argument for it is that they're looking for, like, cursed sort of materials. Like, go to the crystal heart that is literally has a bunch of evil, possessive, like, goo and the sort. I feel like that's not, like, good guy working. Unless they're like, let's cure some of the part, you know? It's hard to say. I mean, pause. They have a big fuck-ass robot. Why? It's not like, okay, here's what I'm thinking. Well, actually, no, here's what I'm worried about. The robot is broken. Something has to break the robot, and that's what scares me, is what ended up breaking the robot. I have a few thoughts of like, well, I don't have any ideas, but the robot had a purpose. Maybe there's also a guardian for their place, and the robot also got destroyed for a reason. And why was that? We don't know.
Okay, so that's actually interesting. But Jeremy, first of all, I want to hear what your theories about it is.
I mean, like with the family?
Yes.
Do you like them or do you hate them?
Really?
Nah,
This is a legit fucking question you're gonna ask me.
kind of messing. Sorry.
Very fun when there's like stuff that I do know, which is stuff I do not want to say. That's the thing. That's more the thing with me. There is stuff that I do know from outside of any of this, which is why I don't really have theories, and it's more just questions in general asking. So,
Right. So
plus this is all stuff that I had to type up like in the last hour or so.
I've asked you guys early enough though about it, so
Fair, yeah.
I know, but I literally already told you before, like I
It's
have
okay.
nothing.
So first of all, you're currently working with the good side of the family.
Makes sense.
Are you
Alona must be
sure?
good, and Emiko is Alona's daughter.
Yes, I am very sure. So to explain to you the thing with the plant and stuff, or like the heart, they wanna heal that area. That area is cursed, and that plant that you've seen over there that nearly ate Gobloon is basically killing the heart slowly, and in general is killing that entire place. If you look at the map from the spiritual forest, like the close-up map, you can see. You cannot see because it is covered in fog. Never mind. But if you paid attention to the battle maps, you would have seen that the ground underneath you changed colors in like a fading kind of like pattern. And that is because whatever that plant is doing to that area there is spreading. And is slowly spreading over that entire area over there. I don't know if it was noticeable enough, but the entire like environment also like changed. Like, not speaking of the crystals, but like speaking about the plants and stuff that were growing there. Like with the mushrooms that attacked you, for example. That was not because it was coming from the heart itself. That was because the plant is not really just a plant. It is like a kind of creature kind of thing. That is taking over basically that organism that is existing there and turning it basically into a trap.
Okay.
So yeah, that is. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Sorry, there's. You recall how we went to that library in the first time that we did the campaign? And found some documents about plant life in the forest. I'm going back to look at that now that. I apologize. Here it is, the Daydream Rose. The rose can be used to reinvigorate dead creatures if one petal is consumed to create a potion. I can't talk about what was on page 4 because we're going to be finding it very soon, and it would be a spoiler. But the Daydream Rose does seem to be different than... Regardless, I should document this and save it more recently.
But going back to the Hoxaris family. I believe I already mentioned in one of the sessions that they are not originally from here. They moved here because of different reasons.
Okay.
But mostly the youngest family members of the Hoxaris family are here. So we have Alona, which is the second oldest child. No, wait, I'm lying. It's the third oldest. Then she has an older sister that you already seen but not interacted with. You seen her in Arnheim, but as I said, not interacted with. And only so basically the NPC token on the map.
She was it's in the there's a tavern, there's a middle table, and she's on the left of it.
Yes. You remember?
I did.
That is
actually
a good
like character model, I think.
Yes. They also you will notice that all family members that are like really family members have this like a similar token border.
Okay.
Then we have the oldest, who's the brother of all of them. You will also meet him at some point in this campaign. And that's when we also speaking of the evil part of the family. At least that's what everyone else would say from the family.
Okay.
There's more backstory behind it, but I'm not gonna go that deep into it. Then we have Zirelli, who you're also gonna meet definitely relatively soon. Because she is very often in Craftwood. I hear myself. I heard myself for a second.
No, it's okay.
Yes, my headset came unplugged. I
That's
replugged
okay.
it. I apologize.
No, all good. And let me lie. I believe that's all the family members that I have implemented in this campaign.
Alright.
And then oh no, wait, we have Emiko, of course. Who is also like family member, who is Elona's daughter. Who is also the main reason why that family tree is over here in Arion.
Is Valera the fish like lady part of the family?
No.
Okay. No.
No.
Okay.
They are not related. They became friends with Emiko. Started studying together basically here. And basically their goal is to help get their friend back. Like the soul basically of that friend.
Oh, okay.
So yeah. And then you also mentioned someone with like the deer part, which is Melody.
Okay, isn't Melody the name of a tree? No, that's Melanie, I lied. Alright.
Who is also just a friend of them and not related.
Okay.
And then going to that animalistic features they have, it is not just a stylistic choice, it is a race.
Okay.
They are shifters, which is basically like lycanthropy, but a little bit different. Like it's a full race. It's like an official race. You can just look it up if you want. And it is not a necessity for them to have those animalistic parts or like this features, but to that, then that's basically then my my design choice of that family tree.
Okay. But it makes sense because then they also like they're distinguishable that they're part of it.
And you will see that all family members of the Hoxaras also are the same animal kind of related to. I don't know. I wouldn't say related, but I don't find better words for it. And then, as I think already explained during session, Julie is basically the guard from that family. Like they come from noble blood, like the Hoxaras family, and Julie was one of the highest knights in, like back at the kingdom. So that's how Julie is here as well. Is there any more that you want me to say to that? Or...
Okay, what is Emiko's like role? What's her specialty? Is she a herbalist or is she like a what is she?
She's a druid.
Okay, okay, that makes sense.
So she's not really specialized in like that entire curing people or like she is like really known in like herbalism and stuff, but not mostly in the form of like curing, more in the like nature kind of
Yeah,
area.
I get you.
Um
To be fair, it's more of an aspect of like to us she knows more because she's more familiar with the land. So
yes. I mean, she will definitely most likely like know about the entire plant area, at least around the spiritual forest, given that she's like already living there for a while and just studying it. But yeah. Is
Apologize,
that
I'll be back.
okay? That's
Just
fine.
for a moment.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
So is your theory or like your questions kind of answered with that? You're muted.
Well, to be fair, I
Back.
Okay.
My friends went and got some food since I wasn't able to make it to
okay.
lunch.
Yippee.
Well, to be fair, I'm not fully sure if it not fully explains my thing.
Okay. You wanna
Like,
ask
why
something about it?
Because, well, my question was literally like why they are like, from what it looks like, so well known.
Literally because of Ilona.
9th level spells.
So, the main part of that family is Ilona. She is, she's taken over one of the biggest cities, or like one of the bigger cities, as like the head of it, like the mayor. Queen, yeah, probably more the queen than a mayor. And because of that, she is of course like well known to like a lot of people in like Arion in general overall. And in general, she's known for a lot of things that she did, like for example, she is very hard trying to stop that war that is going on. But has to, of course, like also follow like the other cities from like the main lands a little bit. But she's doing everything in her own hands to basically stop that. Then what a lot of people did like, but also dislike, like so there's one part of people that liked it and another part of people that disliked it. She stopped that animals are used in the arena in the city that she's in. And there's only now humanoid fights, so like people fight each other. But he is fully against basically slavery of like any kind of creature, animal, whatever.
Okay.
Besides like just for like food and stuff.
Yeah. Basically, like you're not using them. Like you're
not abusing them.
It's like a consent arena. Yeah.
Yes. But as I said, there's like also a part of people that didn't like that because people want the fun behind it. And just in general, there's a lot of people agreeing with the mindset that Ilona has. With that every person, every humanoid should be treated equal. So she's like trying to go against that racism that is going on in Arion, but like mostly in her own city. which is also good scene, but also bad scene, just like it is. But that's how basically the Hoxaris family in general is like well known, because she helps her sister Zirelli with her crew. Zirelli is like working with like I'm looking for words, like on a ship basically with like emergency and stuff. Is who became then like one of the biggest like merchant crew, and like the one of the most important in Irion. And yeah, just in general also because of Julie, there is like a new training system they have, which you will fairly soon also get a little bit of an insider in, thanks to Tony.
Okay.
Because
Oh, yeah.
Julie is gonna train him basically in her style. So that is also something that every one of you is probably gonna be excited to, because that is one of the first skills that you all are able to like learn in the campaign. It's something that I implemented. It's like dodging, kind of.
Okay.
But I will get closer and like more into that when it's time for that. So yeah.
Okay. I have a question.
Yes?
Why is Emiko's family in the spiritual forest if her mother is in her kingdom? Is there a reason to it?
Because Emiko is one of those childs who is really like, I don't care what my mother is saying, I'm doing what I want to do.
Okay, I see. Yeah.
So
it's like in independence and doesn't want to follow in her mother's footsteps.
yes,
Okay.
Elona would have liked Emiko to become also a cleric. But Emiko didn't like that, didn't want that, so became druid, and now is with like other druids in the spiritual forest.
Just one thing I want to add
Yeah.
about the speculation we've been doing about the connection between the Hoxaris family and the two legendary dragons. I think it's pretty telling that Elona, who is like pretty clearly the good one, is interested in liberating all creatures of the world and holding them all equally, similar to how the noble dragon from the legend wanted to liberate the world from the tyranny of the evil dragon. Just interesting with the I don't know, those themes there. It continues to line up as well. And Elona, of course, I know from things that I can't / shouldn't talk about. I'm not going to elaborate, but I think there really is something there, and I hadn't considered it before. But as more information comes out, thank you for mentioning that, Vortex. I believe you were the one that initially mentioned that theory, or was that Tony? Or Tony, or was that fuck? I mean, oh darn.
It's okay.
Hey, who's Tony?
You can say that. But yeah. I hope that clears up a little bit of that. Just as said, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna go like fully into detail.
Yeah,
of
I'd
the
rather.
role,
I think it's better in person too. So
yes. But just to talk a little bit about the theory and just give you a little bit of explanation and clarification about it. All right. We have that. We have that. Okay, Hazel. I just saw it. Yeah, there's another theory that you brought up that is like related to the old party, like the old group. With you called it the Gario gang.
The what?
You
So
wanna explain it?
to begin with the Gario gang part, that was a little inside joke similar to the Gario is here stuff. That's the first character that I played when I played in this campaign before I played KL. Gario was a kobold rogue, but initially she was a Way of Shadows monk. And was, eventually a multi-class of this. And I eventually stopped playing as her because, one, the voice was training, and two, I realized I was on the road to making a kind of overpowered build that could just literally fucking teleport and get sneak attacks with crazy... Yeah, I didn't want to do that. Because kobolds get pack tactics, which give them advantage whenever they're... And Way of Shadows monks and rogues also get a bunch of stuff that builds... It would all tunnel into a very specific thing, but that's not what this is about. Gario was the leader of their little tribe of kobolds before it was blasted out by a bunch of adventurers. They run off and stow away on a ship, panicking, and that's where they eventually got taken away to Irion, and that's how that happened. They were trying to rebuild their tribe and tried to take the party in as the new Gario gang.
Okay.
Of course, Gario then goes crazy in the forest, runs off, and gets abducted by someone that eventually they ended up being part of a boss battle, but they were kind of just a footnote.
Okay.
So, you recall that when we first entered the forest to go find those orcs, a strange furry person walked by and told us to go help us. My party just got stuck in some ice. Oh, you gotta help us. Go to Middenheim. There's more information there.
Yeah, I'm aware.
That was Zarel, the furbolg, that in a couple of ways was kind of like the Wrathful and Elisa of our party.
Okay.
Basically, our party had gone down the exact same road and had pretty much the exact same exchange with, I don't recall if it was a couple of shapeshifters or just one. I don't think I was there for that session. But there was an interaction between a bunch of, well, at least one shapeshifter and our party's shapeshifter who could luckily memorize the faces of the lost party, who basically pretty much said the same thing. Go to Middenheim for more information, but our party went missing in some ice, you gotta save us, yada yada yada. Now, the last time that I remembered seeing anything happening with our party, we were lost in the Feywild because of a magical deck of cards, and before that, we had just gotten out of the magical forest and I don't know if we had even made it to Middenheim proper. But it's interesting that the party is lost in the same way and had nearly the exact same interaction that our party had. So not only do I think it's possible that
your old party's trapped there, or?
Yeah, I think it's pretty likely that the old party fell victim to the exact same whatever it was that caught the last people. Probably some manner of, cold magic. Maybe even on that Dragon Island. Isn't there like a... Yeah, there's a giant frozen place down there. But I think it's quite possible... I think it's... Well... Given the fact that all the circumstances are exactly the same, I think it's all but confirmed that the party got trapped in ice. But what I have to wonder is, how did Zarel get out? And where is KL? Because that's my baby. He is a treasure.
Maybe he's stuck in the ice and he watered himself.
So, to explain a little bit on that, basically, what I'm doing with that is basically just giving you guys just a little bit of a red thread to this is where you'll at some point supposed to go, please. I did that same thing as Hazel explained with the party before that, and also with the party before that. That's the third run through that I'm trying to do with that campaign.
Was our party... Sorry.
Yes, your party, the old party, met the party before that, basically.
Yes, I was hoping that was the case.
And the party before that basically just met a random NPC that I made up. Zarel got out because of the Furbolg kind of ability, but makes them invisible. That's how they escaped out of everyone. And where is KL? KL is with the party.
We gotta go get KL back.
That KL that you see or like currently see at the Lost Seas is a new prototype.
Oh.
They're gonna be so full of bugs when we get there. They're gonna be so full of bugs.
Well, currently all the bugs are frozen.
No!
So
If you think about it, kale can't really rot, because if they rot, they just wake up again.
yeah. I hope
Anyway.
that at least explains you.
We'll try save your friends, don't worry.
Oh, if they're all completely lost and dead, that's also fine. I just really hope KL's okay.
Okay. So we did go through that. I'm sorry, Hazel, I'm not gonna go into the Rethel theory stuff that you wrote down because just not here. I can't answer most of those questions just for myself. So I will not go into that right now. I will, if Saban has time, whatever, try to talk to Saban about it. And then
I have an alternative theory for Rathel that is way funnier than my original one and is... I have talked about it with Saban, it is definitely not the case.
okay.
But may I cook?
Okay.
I'm listening.
Okay. Well, then I have to go back into our DMs to find where I had initially postulated this. But what do we know about Rathel, right? We know very little about him. He is a dark, shadowy figure, well-versed in medicine, or at the very least in healing magic. Incredibly wise beyond anything that anyone else that we've met has ever been. The peak of human wisdom by having, well...
20 wisdom.
We know that he isn't able to talk. He exclusively communicates via hand signals. Oh Christ, how long ago was this? Okay. So I'm not going to be able to find all of the information as organized as I had initially hoped. Evidently, he was... I guess this is still a bit of speculation, so I should not say that. But what I do know is that he is a character in 2 campaigns at the same time. So he is split across time and space.
Oh.
Rathel is W.D. Gaster, and I can prove it!
Okay.
Oh god. Oh god.
Think about it, the shadowy, mysterious healing
By the
professional.
way, my headphones are shattered, you're refunding them. Alright, I'm messing, they're fine.
Holes in the hands, though. Where?
I hate that there's so much like correlation with that.
He has a weird, scarred, deformed face.
Holes in the hand, though. In the hands.
Incredibly pale.
But he's purple. Do you know what? Never mind.
Okay.
I-
Okay.
Rathel is Gaster, confirmed.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I needed to provide at least one crackpot theory.
No,
That was good,
it's fine. That's actually good. But yeah, Vortex, because you mentioned it, I want to go back to that. With the big giant massive robot in the Lost Seas.
Okay.
Just to explain it to you guys, or like to you and Jeremy, because I think it was about it. I think I mentioned it before. Basically, those robots been basically guardians in that spiritual forest before, but like also like 100,000 years like back.
Okay.
So they are just they're rotten
Mhm.
basically now. So it's basically just a small little lore like story aspect of the spiritual forest.
Okay.
Nothing really massive with it. But yeah, it answers your question. Yes, it's been Guardians. And there's also 2 more that you probably could find if you go there. But
Just like if we do find it, that's it.
if you do find it.
Mhm.
Think then that leaves us with one more theory, if I'm not wrong. If I don't forget anything. That is, why is the land unknown from you,
Mhm.
Vortex? Because like the rest from Jeremy is just questions. And that's
Again,
gonna be like
shit
when
is
we
the
go
main
over.
thing I do.
So let me hear. I'm very interested about that one. That's why I'm gonna leave that for last.
Okay. Okay. The simplest answer is just plot convenience. Except that's boring. Here's what I think. My first idea was this thing of like, it was so dangerous because of the dragons. Because I originally had the idea of the dragons either destroying the land or whatever, that people would never. Well, people that would go there would never come back. So it's a kind of case of like, those who find it don't come back because they die or they just can't return, whatever, their ships or whatever are burned. And the people on the other islands, right, they have their people saying, okay, we're gonna go look for this Arion, and then they just never come back, right? And this is multiple different people that do it. I assume that's the main reason why it's so unknown. However, as we can now see, is that there are ships that go there and back. It could be a thing that, well, this island is definitely special for a reason, and as you mentioned, it's not very comparable to what the normal things we have seen. That could also mean that it has a special, like, resource that is sought out, and they're trying to keep it a secret in a way that it's like, you won't have like the biggest cities from somewhere else coming and colonizing this land to go use it for themselves. There must be a reason. I feel like there's a reason to why it's hidden. There could be a few explanations in that way. And I mean, originally it was also the idea of like, if they sent all the bad things here, like all of the bad people, like Australia sort of thing, then you wouldn't ever want to come here because it's just a bad place. So it like, now I'm trying to compare it to other things that I've heard, and it's like, one of them that comes into mind because I watched the movie not that long ago is there is Black Panther, and one of the things, there's a city in it called Wakanda, where there is a very special resource that is there, and it basically means that they become so developed compared to the rest of the world. However, the image that they have for all the other countries is that they're a poor farming like country that doesn't have anything, right? And I have a feeling that it could also be a thing of like, the governments here paired, or the towns and cities here paired to keep this place a secret because of some special resource here, or because it has some special nature that other places don't have. Or the third thing, they just want to keep it the way it is because it seems like it's very undeveloped. Like, it wasn't taken over like the USA and just fucking swept into 100 different cities. It's just the places that managed to build upon people. So it could be Voyagers in a case of like, they came and they set up their little cities and they want to keep the nature special here. It could be a range of things. I actually have no clue because I don't have any solid proof to either one of them, but that's just ideas that come to mind.
Okay. So there's a little bit of insight that you guys are missing in this group.
Okay.
Because I started the campaign the other 2 times different. I started it with actually people like with a full session of being on the ship while you're going here. And I didn't do this time because of like multiple different reasons. And when entering the that area, like basically first time entering Irion, you have to go through a fog that is laying over these lands. And that fog is only visible to your like normal natural eyes when you're literally already in it.
Oh, okay, I understand.
So there is like some kind of maybe curse or something laying over these lands that basically let people who come here only in, but not out.
Oh.
So we just fell for a magic snare trap, basically.
I mean, like, then how do people know about this land to sail here? Because the boats never come. They must think about it, right? They have like 100 boats that can't sail out. That's so useless.
So basically the only real way to get into here, unless like you like randomly just lost yourself or like, get lost, is when there's a reason for you to get there. There is
hence why you asked us for a reason to be here.
There is people who can go out of these lands who are like what's the word? Like originate from there.
Okay.
But people who like come there to these lands for a reason and have a reason have to fulfill their reason to be able to leave.
Oh no. Okay.
Without fulfilling those reasons, you're not allowed, or like you're not literally able to.
So last time that we played this, we got taken to the Feywild because of shenanigans. So that shows that plane travel magic works. So like, so my understanding of the way that the planes work is that the Feywild and the Underdark are basically just like very similar to the material plane. So theoretically, there should be like Funhouse style Irion in the Feywild, right? And we did go to a very weird, like crazy, fucked up place. Not sure if it was Irion or not, but like, if you go to Feywild Irion and then leave Feywild Irion because it doesn't have that same curse or enchantment put on it, would you be able to leave, possible. Or would you have to travel up to there and then into some completely different plane to be able to escape?
It's still not possible.
So it's not like nether travel.
No.
It's like a bubble that holds across all planes.
That curse is very literally like holding you in that place.
Okay. We're trying to shenanigans out of here.
Theoretically, would an astral projection of the self be allowed to travel, since that doesn't require, since that's like separate from the physical body?
I will be honest with you, that's all things that I haven't thought about, and I now realize I should have fucking thought about them.
Sorry. It's just, I didn't think it would ever be relevant either, but then one card, one is all it takes, one. And then...
Well, you literally know that whenever you got transported to the Feywild, I had to end session because I just wasn't fully prepared for that. So, yeah. But I hope that explains.
It does. It kind of worries me, but it might be good.
Right. Then I think we're done with the theories, and I would move over to the like next little fun
Thanks.
thing that I wanted to do is the well, we already talked about the alternate timeline, which would have been when you, as I said, killed the orcs instead of running, which would have then led to basically the heart not getting lost like it was, and or like and I'm not gonna go much deeper into that because I already looked at the time and it's like already hours in.
Ooh, that's good. We have a lot to say.
So I'm gonna just move on to the next minigame that I was thinking of.
Minigames, Squid Games. I'm sorry.
Squid Game. Yes, no. And I would like to do like a little thing that I know from what's the fucking name of that game again? Jackbox games.
Okay.
I wanna go through you guys and basically you give one truth. No, other way. Two truths and one like fake thing about the
Truth and
character.
lie.
Okay.
And then the other two, or like all three of us, have to basically guess which is the fake lore that you have, and then yeah. Would you like to do that?
Oh, that's gonna be.
Yeah, I'm not opposed to it.
No,
Kinda
I'm just gonna have to be very fucking careful with what I'm gonna say.
Dude, please let me pry into Tony's skull. I want it. I want to know what's going on.
I want stuff to be like in
I
the
come up
session.
and I'm
That's the
like,
thing.
Tony, is everything okay? We'll talk about it another time. I'm gonna kill him one day.
Okay.
Sorry.
Also hi again,
No.
Connery, how you doing? Anyway.
The thing is, I am getting to a point where I want to start to disclose more.
Awesome.
It's just I want to do that in session. Is the thing.
Okay. Could be like.
It's okay. I'm gonna start with saying two accurate lore things and then one fake one, and you'd guess. Then I'm gonna move on to you guys. So let me think which ones I'm gonna use. First thing I'm gonna give you. You killed a noble.
Wait, no, we don't kill people.
Second thing I'm giving you.
Not willingly.
You missed a personal legendary weapon.
That I.
And the third thing I'm giving you is it's I don't want to give you too deep things is the thing that is someone is gonna die next session.
Okay.
Like someone of
Someone
importance, or are we like just killing some
Just
poor
someone.
hobo?
Like
Someone
someone in a sense of either NPC or a player.
I mean, next session I think is when we're probably going over to beat up that Amber guy. So hopefully that's who's gonna die.
Well, but that's not what I mean. Like I'm not
okay,
meaning.
so enemies don't count as NPCs.
I don't.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I don't mean something that is like known. Literally, that's gonna die. I mean like something where you guys be like, what? That's the three things I'm gonna.
I feel like the legendary weapon is possible, but I think we've been diligent about flipping every stone, you know?
Okay, here's my suspicion with the missing the weapon. What I'm considering is we didn't explore that dark cave very well. The one with the one where we
Valyria
met
and the Leviathan.
Yes. Right?
Yeah. And Luna specifically, like, that's a map that they had been last time we played this campaign. They asked me to seek out this map in particular, and it got used for something significant that wait, there was a fucking cavern down there. There was a cavern with a in there that we didn't fucking see and didn't fucking go down to. God fucking damn it.
Dude, it's okay.
Okay.
Okay, Cook. Well, okay, Tick, that's the truth. We don't okay, noble-wise, okay, we didn't like honestly. I was like I once was so sitting in bed and I was like, we did not kill that many things. We killed bandits, which are not nobles. We killed orcs, which you could argue that one of them was a noble. But other than that, it's just like, oh.
But he ran away because we didn't kill him. He was the screamer. And for the bandits, it's possible we could have killed like some bandit lord. I know that's a thing, and that might be considered a noble.
But that's not what I consider noble.
Yeah, so this is what I'm thinking. Like, we only killed animals other than that. Like,
we know that... Sorry, just with the Hoxaris family being shifters, what if the animals we've been killing aren't just animals? Also, you ate a fairy.
They were asking for it.
But what if you ate like an archfey or something?
Look, if you can get eaten, like if you're bite-sized, that's your problem.
Just that nobles and even like humanoids might not always look like humanoids. So that's possible. This was the one that they led with, and they were struggling to come up with like deep things they don't want to reveal at the end. So I feel like this one might be true, just based on the formatting of it. And I feel like my vote is probably the lie is someone important is going to die next session.
I would actually.
I kind of hope it's the weapon on one hand, but I also feel like it's gonna be someone dying.
I hope the weapon is the lie, because if it is, we have no reason to ever go back there, and we'll just never get that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, what's everyone's answer? Hazel is the important person that's gonna die next session. Is the false one? Vortex, what's yours?
My lie is the noble. We didn't kill anybody noble.
Jeremy?
I'm gonna say the weapon. I really hope it is.
Okay, so we have three different answers.
Correct.
Didn't guys, we win.
And you did miss a weapon.
We won't use this to metagame. Was it in that cave?
You did kill a noble.
Ooh.
And no one, hopefully important, is gonna die next session. It's not planned.
Yay! I was right. That's bad though, because that means we missed a weapon.
I mean,
and like, okay, as someone who got their legendary weapon, those things are good. Like a fucking quarterstaff that has 30 different bells and whistles, and you can add your wisdom score to its attack damage.
I mean, look, we can just go to a store and buy a bunch of whistles if you want.
Will those whistles be able to guide you through literally any forest you find yourself in and allow you to cast Enhance ability just for free? And presumably some other stuff that I'm forgetting. Okay, so we've got to find an excuse to go back in that cavern. That cavern is calling to be.
Not within actual in-session reason, though, really?
Yeah,
So,
like I'm
saying
saying that we don't. I'm saying that we have to.
with
I
missing,
didn't say that we had a reason to find it. I particularly said that we don't have a
Sorry.
reason to.
I heard we did. I'm sorry.
with missing, I mean something you can't go back to.
Okay. I have no clue. Maybe we have to beat up more of the Hussars family.
Okay. Alright. Then Vortex.
Hi.
Give us two truths and a lie.
Okay. I was neglected or mistreated as a child. I'm deeply afraid of an element. And my dad tried to fight a god. Those are my three.
I mean, the neglect / mistreated thing sounds pretty clearly true, given that we know that we heard you talk about how you weren't allowed to leave the house a lot, and that generally you've been put to work for most of your life, like since childhood. So that sounds like that would fall within the purview of neglect / mistreatment by your standards. Sounds probably true. Being fearful of a particular element sounds like the sort of thing that, like, that sounds pretty generic, and like most people, like that's a thing that you could expect a lot of adventurers to have, which makes it a good lie. And your dad trying to fight a god sounds ridiculous, but also like one of those things where you say a ridiculous thing, thinking like trying to goad people into calling that out as the lie, but then using that potential concept as bait for it being the truth. Like, I don't know if I phrased that particularly well, but
No, I get you. I get you.
You have a pretty obvious truth, a thing that you could potentially expect would be true, and then mind games. So I'm trying to work out which one is the lie between the mind games and the other thing.
I'm honestly calling the element bullshit.
Okay. You think I'm
I'm
fearless?
calling it.
Oh wait, but we know about your dad. Your dad probably
No,
did
you
try to
said
fight
you-
a god at some point in his life, so I believe that you are afraid of an element.
Yeah,
aren't
since you
afraid of
did
an
say
element,
that
I mean,
your
that is the lie.
both parents have been characters you played.
And one of them's a fucking
So-
dragon. A dragon.
It would not necessarily.
Oh, Dragonborn. That doesn't
Still,
count
it
as a
would
dragon.
not. It still wouldn't surprise me though.
Okay, so what are your calls?
I'm calling the element a lie.
Okay.
Yeah, same here.
Do you want me to explain everyone, or should I just say which one's the thing and just move on?
Well, to be fair, I believe we still have Luna. No, or
Well, but I
Oh,
know
yeah,
the backstory,
well,
so
you're above. I forgot.
I thought we all had to choose two though.
yeah, but I know the backstory. So
It's like cheating. It's like giving
Yeah, okay,
giving the
fair
answers before the test. Like
I literally I can't, like, I could be like, hey,
Okay, well,
but I'm
Fine.
not gonna do that. So
okay, I think I'll explain them, right? And this is gonna disappoint you, especially that you gave such a good explanation, and that totally makes sense on an outside context. But the lie is that she was neglected. She wasn't. And it seems like such a thing because I understand your reasoning, Hazel, and I explained it a bit in a poor way, maybe.
It also say mistreated.
Mistreated. Would this apply? Maybe. Okay, honestly, I'm totally happy to be called out in the wrong, right? There was a case where, like, both of their parents, like, how can I put this? Okay, she did herbalism as a hobby in a way, but she also kind of did it not to, like, disappoint people. One of the things is, like, her mother, like, kind of sees her as, like, a good person that only does good and, like, heals people or whatever, right? She is not a healer. And she felt like she had to do that through herbalism, which is maybe why she felt. I don't think it's neglect, though. Like, she really felt connected to both of her parents. She then felt like she had to because of, like, one of the family members couldn't work anymore, so she had to help with that. And it's up to you if you count that. I wouldn't count it because it was still within her will and she was given the chance not to, but she chose to. I would totally agree, though, with the thing of, like, that does seem like neglect, but it's not really neglect when it comes to the point where the reason why she's sent here in the first place is because of her family. That her family was like, you should go find who you actually are instead of staying here, so that's kind of the reason why she's here. The other things, the dad did fight a god. Maybe that's why he's not around anymore. And the element thing is true. It's happened a few times, and I've mentioned it, but it's a little subtle. But we'll see if it's more used, then it'll happen. Sorry to disappoint, Hazel. You had such a good explanation. Do you think that's still neglect?
I mean, I don't think it necessarily falls under neglect, but it was the neglected or mistreated. The fact that the use of mistreated sounds like a very broad umbrella term.
Yeah, true.
Like, oh, you had a bad home life? No other adventurers had that.
Yeah, true. I totally get you.
And you have told us a bit about how... But, sorry, it was just me misunderstanding, like a fool.
No, it's okay. Like, my explanation wasn't great. All right, those are my three, because I had to make them up.
Hazel,
Cook. That was good.
give us.
Alrighty.
Goodwin is loyal to the Raven Queen.
My first statement. Yunisu sent Gabloon to Irion on a suicide mission. He was not intended to survive. Gabloon really, genuinely loves every member of the party. And deep down, Gabloon actually despises Yunisu and is merely burying the feelings because he's still in servitude to him.
Oh my god. No, who's Tony? Jeremy, you should speak, because what do you think?
What was the last one again? Real quick.
Deep down, Gabloon actually despises Yunisu and is merely burying the feelings because he's still in servitude to him.
Yeah, no, it sounds honestly with the whole freed soul thing, when that came about, that honestly kind of would sound plausible in my head with how interested Gabloon sounded, at least at the time. So I'm kind of saying with the whole loves everyone in the party, I kind of see then closer to the lie. That's...
He's so cheerful, though.
Yeah, I know.
So, okay.
It's more because of that one interaction is why I am a bit...
Okay, Hazel, to confirm, it is me, Jeremy, Raven, Sabin. I got the name. That's far. Okay.
And Shalin as well, for as long as they were in there. But I guess they aren't part of the party anymore. Let us not include that in the statement.
Okay.
Just
Okay,
for simplicity. That way you don't have to go remembering all the Shalin details.
Okay, here's what I think, right? What is the point of sending your own servant on a suicide mission, right? Like, there's no benefit to it, at least that comes to mind. Unless he's like, Gobloon's too annoying or something. I don't think it's the thing of him hating his creator, right? Except the only thing that icks me is because Jeremy made the good point of, like, he wanted to be free. Like, he was asking about it, right? The reason why it doesn't come to mind is because every time I've talked and interacted with Gobloon when it comes to Yinasu, he's been always positive, and even I've asked like questions about like, oh, your entire family is basically slaves, and he's like, yes, and he says it so excitedly, unless he's scared. And I'm trying to think, okay, who would, I don't think Gobloon hates anyone, but who would he not like? And okay, I don't mean to glaze myself, but I love Gobloon, so it's not me. It's just not. I don't like Tony has no beef either. Either it's Rathel or Vernon, yeah. I like. Here's my suspicion. Vernon's more like you don't fully trust him yet. However, you were convinced by him to follow the party. My only reason why I would think it would be Rathel is because you had a one-on-one interaction with him after it was like a bridge scene, and maybe you got to learn a bit about why he's scarred or something, and maybe you learned that he disobeyed his god, and that's why you don't like him as much anymore. Because you're such a loyal follower that disobeying your god is the biggest like hate crime ever. So I'm thinking it's the second one. I'm gonna vote on that personally.
So you think he's lying when? So you think I'm lying when I say that he loves everyone in the party?
Yes.
And Jeremy, you said that was the lie as well.
Yeah. Based on different reasoning.
You are both incorrect.
Oh.
He loves everyone in the party. In fact, when Vernon threatened him at knife point to obey him or die, this actually really reminds him of his favorite person in the whole wide world.
Okay.
Okay.
He does, well, it's possible that he is just repressing a bunch of deep-seated emotions for Yinasu, but he certainly is not cognizant of it. He's not doing anything active because of, like, trying to just get by while he's still controlled by Yinasu.
Yeah, I think, like, no
he has been raised... Yeah. He was sent on a suicide mission pretty much because...
You don't have to go further into it if you don't want to disclose that of character.
In short, Yinasu has kind of always hated Gobloon and does not understand Gobloon's undying love and devotion.
Okay.
Water genies are famously incredibly self-centered, and he kind of just views Gobloon as a toy. If he can turn him into a god somehow, okay, do that. Make me the greatest thing in the whole wide world.
Yeah,
there's more to it, of course, but just to briefly describe.
Okay, I was not expecting that.
Then...
I'm proud of the fact that I made you guys really think for a while.
Yeah.
Jeremy.
Okay. Without really going too deeply into lore I wanna tell in session. My father left at a young age. I have one living relative. And I'm in Arion to hunt a powerful creature.
Oh my god, I have so much theories about your characters.
That's why I'm happy that I kind of leave my character a bit in the dark.
The thing about hunting the creature is the most intriguing one to me, because we have had a little, like, we've had breadcrumbs about Tony and why he's here and what he's doing, but he doesn't. You need to get a can opener on the man.
Yeah, no, actually,
Like I said, I'm starting to get closer to the point where I'm going to start telling stuff.
Yeah. Oh. Okay. One of them's a
Okay.
half lie. Okay. Look, I read it out, and now it's kind of this what I'm thinking. Okay.
Oh.
Here's the
Okay.
thing. Okay, your necklace has some incredibly close involvement with your family, and I will absolutely, like, I don't know it, but I know it has, and I know it means something special. I don't care if it's magical, but it's definitely sentimental. Here's what I think. The dad leaving, I have no clue. My suspicion is you say 1 living relatives. My suspicion, you have none. They have all died. Why? Because there's a big beast or something, or a creature that's killed them, and guess where that creature is? Here. And you want revenge on them. And because you and your dreams are so full of destruction and the sort, it can't be the creature. And I feel like at least some of your relatives have died. I think it's that. Your dad leaving kind of leaves it to like a... It's mildly generic, but it could work. That's
You said
what
that
I'm
you won't.
thinking.
You won't tell us the thing that you hate the most in the whole wide world. Gabloon asked that to tell if you were Tony or not Tony. You didn't open up about it. There's a creature you hate that you don't want us to know about. So I believe that's the truth.
Yeah, but it's more what's the lie.
Yeah, I'm gonna say
It's what's the lie.
I think the lie is you have one
Well-
living relative, but that's my goal.
If we can figure out 2 truths, that like
Fair enough.
that means that I'm no longer going to be thinking about. Like, I know that we're looking for the lie.
Mhm.
I'm just using deductive reasoning.
Yeah.
His dad leaving is a little generic, but it could work. What comes to mind is like a dad leaving and the son has to step up, and Tony definitely feels like a person that would have to do that. However, I'm like, I don't have any solid proof towards that one. What do you think?
Honestly, the 2 family-related ones are the most in the dark. Tony doesn't tell it. Like, we barely know anything about him, you know? He hasn't told us much about... I don't think he's told us anything about anyone else.
Yeah, we more know
But that
Ticket's
face
Fox.
appearing to him in the fire is interesting to me. Because
To be
it
fair,
has to do with his backstory.
I have told a bit about my backstory though, but I was in a one-on-one interaction with Sabin, which y'all could also hear as well.
Hazel wasn't there for
So-
that, though.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, true. Hazel wasn't.
Okay, I'm gonna vote on one living relative that it's the false.
I think the living relative might also be true, because it's possible that... So you'd immediately think that a face appearing in the fire would be like, oh, that's a dead person, that's a ghost, haunting the fireplace or something. But it's also possible, right, that this is some, like, how they communicate with each other. Somehow. Like, that there may be some... I don't know. I think that the father leaving at the young age is the lie, because leaving implies he chose to. And also young age. Like, there are a bunch of conditions on there that could all be false. I think that one has the most potential to be false. So I think your dad did not leave at a young age. If nothing else, he probably died at a young age or something.
Or what if, right? The dad left and all of his family stayed in the village, and then the entire village got destroyed, and the only living relative is the dad that walked away.
Oh, that'd be even worse.
Okay. I know you won't go into as much detail, Jeremy, but I'm happy to.
Oh, believe me, I wanna, but I'm not gonna.
I know. No. I'd rather roleplay if you let me.
Okay. So,
Oh yeah.
what's the lie?
The one living relative is a lie.
Do you have any living ones? Okay.
None that Tony knows about.
Okay, that's fair.
None that
Tony knows about.
Oh.
That's the thing though. That's the one thing I will say. None that Tony knows.
I feel
At
like
least
you do,
not-
like a half lie.
Excellent work, H.
As far as Tony knows, everyone is dead.
Well,
No, as far as he knows, everyone is dead. Or gone. He doesn't know what the fuck happened to his dad. He thinks he's dead.
Mhm.
And well, the rest dead.
Mhm.
So, from what he thinks, everyone is dead. So,
Okay.
that's what I will say.
Okay,
Well.
that was good.
and we're done with the game, and I would just move over to the Q&A part. Because I know there's a lot of questions that are still open. I would start with questions you guys have towards me. And then would go over to questions you guys have to, like, each other. Okay, Hazel.
Okay.
What happened to the giants?
Which giants?
The giants that the witch giants? Okay.
Oh god.
I was just asking about the ones from
Oh.
the spiritual forest because last campaign I came into some amount of knowledge somehow that those giant robots that you found and how they were guardians, they were left there as relics by an ancient society of giants that used to rule over the place. Funny enough, KL ended up drawing a card from a magical deck that allowed him to undo any one event that had happened in history. And he chose to do something else, but there were so much inside of me wanted to bring the giants back. Like, the giants never went away. Because something supposedly happened to them, but we weren't told. So I want to know what happened to those giants. Those giants in particular.
That's something
Which
that I'm
giants?
not
Which
gonna
giants?
answer.
Oh, you open up another can of worms and don't even close the first one. Which giants? Which
To be fair,
giants? Are there
no,
witch
no.
giants?
Oh no. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, this one's more tame, but I'm just curious.
Yes.
The Goat John Guardian. Is there a reason behind why we had to sign in to go into the forest? That our names were written? Is there a particular reason?
Because it is basically just noted down who is entering that forest, just in case people get lost forever.
But who is it sent to?
You don't know?
Okay. Because, if you note it down, it doesn't matter, but okay.
Well, it is basically sent to someone who would have potentially the chance of retrieving the corpses.
Maybe the giant collectors. I'm done.
Okay, Jeremy, do you have a question?
Well, to be fair, mine is very, very simple and just
Okay.
asked your D&D stuff in general.
Uh-huh.
With what just is the biggest party you have ever DM'd for? And
I
how chaotic that would have been.
believe it was 8 people.
How chaotic would that have been, though?
It
Jesus.
was, though, only... It wasn't the campaign. It was, like a, multiple
One-shot?
part one-shot.
Right.
And it was actually, for, like, 8 people, pretty calm, given that most of them been already, like, very experienced players, and also, like, most of them known each other, so they, like, respected each other in, like, that way, and, like, also played a lot together already. They basically had a really good way of, like, communicating with each other who was, like, speaking next. So there was, like, not really much talking over each other. And also, like especially combat and stuff, was very long, but also very, very good because they were not combat sleeping at all. Like as soon as they ended their turn, they immediately started thinking about the next turn, what they are going to do. If that plan that they had was like destroyed by like actions from other people that done, they immediately started thinking about like, okay, what am I gonna do it instead? So like whenever that turn was actually going, I believe like most time that was spent was from a fighter. Because like just multi-attacks, like three multi-attacks after each other, and then to that he like got a crit and stuff, like with like a feat which lets him make another like extra attack and stuff, and a monk, basically with like all the flurry of blows shit and everything. So that's like the longest. Like, one of the combat rounds was taken because of just, like, how many actions there were. But overall, the entire combat was also, like, relatively balanced, given that actions from other people were not as high. But yeah, that's probably the biggest party that I have ever run for as, like, overall. And then the biggest party for, like, a campaign was 7 people. Yeah. Okay. Hazel.
So this is kind of a two-parter. What's Wiggly Jiggly Juice? I found in my notes that there was Wiggly Jiggly Juice served at it's some sort of concoction made from flowers in the spiritual forest. But I wrote it down for some reason, and it probably did something. What is Wiggly Jiggly Juice?
In this group or the old group?
The old group.
You're asking me questions that is.
It's in that bar with the giant moth bee creature.
That was in the Feywild.
Ah. Wait, so then how did they get flowers from the spiritual forest and the fucking
Merchants.
Okay. Merchants.
But it is basically just a drink that I
made up on the spot?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry.
It's okay. Second part?
Well, the second part was then going to be about how it's made and if there's any possible way that our party would reasonably, like...
Why do you want Wiggly Jiggly Juice?
Okay, just
Wiggly
for you,
Jiggly Juice sounds
just for
amazing.
You, I'm gonna make something up for that, okay?
Oh, wow. Thank you.
Let me write it down. Where's my notebook? Where is my campaign?
Oh.
I hear you.
Sorry, I just also remembered the Womp Womp and the fact that that hasn't come up, but also the fact that I kind of... Yeah, I did a bad thing.
Oh, yeah, you did a bad thing.
You explain that one to Vortex.
We're gonna explain it in a second. Let's go on with the questions first.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I should be worried.
Vortex.
Okay, I have like... Okay, one thing I'm curious about is is there an intended level you want to get us to? I'm just curious. I don't care what it is.
Like,
I just...
at the end of the campaign?
Yeah, near the end. What is your like ideal intended level?
Okay, so given this is like a really giant campaign, like
giant,
really, really worked out and everything. Like, it is just from what I'm thinking. Okay, so it's not 100%. It could end at level 16.
Oh my god, yeah, okay.
But well, I've never played through this entire campaign. So it could also actually be that end up later.
Okay, no, I was just curious roughly what the plan was for it.
I mean, yeah,
okay.
the campaign is mapped out and everything. but it's like I don't know where the XP of the actual account is will actually bring you guys in the end.
Yeah, I get you. It's just going to be scaled. Okay, and this one, depending on how much time you have, because I'm curious. If you were going to run as a character, do you have an idea for a character you want to make?
Like right now, if I would have to make a character on the spot.
Yeah, let's say someone not like right now, but do you have one that you would make? Like someone invited you to be a player for a bit.
Like Homunculus Luna is now running Irion instead, and you can play in it as well.
Yeah, that's a good example.
On one side, I would probably like to revive one of my old characters that I've played in the past.
Okay.
But if I would have to make an entire new character, I would probably go with race-wise either an astral elf.
Okay.
Or shifter.
Okay.
As usual, the sky is blue.
And class-wise, I would want to try a druid because I haven't played a druid before, really.
Oh. Cool.
And then it would be either Circle of the Moon or Circle of the Stars. Both, in my opinion, really, really good subclasses. And also fun to play. I've had like multiple in like sessions that I've run, like also one-shots. So, would like to know how I would play it out. Or I would go with an old combination that I've did, multiclassed. No, actually, now I'm lying. I think I would go with a new subclass, the College of Dance Bard.
Okay. So they want to just make people do the jig every time you're fighting them.
Mixtured with a monk. Because
so a naked bard. Actually, no, that's fitting already.
The College of Dance Bard gets bonuses on his unarmed strikes.
Okay.
So that would then give the monk almost unarmed strikes bonuses.
Yeah.
Like, I'm usually not a metagaming person or like trying to like min-max characters, but just like the idea of like this kind of mixture of like the subclasses and like the class and
it
stuff
pairs well.
It pairs well, and I would like to try that. Yeah. Interesting question. Thank you. Really.
No worries. I'm just curious.
Yeah. No, I like that. Alrighty, Jeremy. You have another question? I'm trying to go like around so like everyone asks questions.
I think I'm done.
Yeah, no, not really, honestly. Not really.
Hey, Hazel, do you have another?
So is the Womp Womp real and really going to come get us, or is it just the boogeyman whenever we misbehave?
No, the Womp Womp is actually real.
Oh no.
And the Womp Womp will actually get you at some point.
Oh, he's gonna get us.
I don't like that wording, get you.
Well,
it really is the boogeyman.
What features I gave it, so
it's the fucking boogeyman.
yes, Vortex, you have another question?
Okay, I've one last question.
Yeah.
There are places here that are from other things. How much correlation do these places have with the actual real counterparts? Well, real quotation marks.
Could you give me an example?
No. How much, I'm just curious, how much thought, because I've done this before, how much thought have you put into placing things? Because I've seen there's a few different games here, like cities or location-wise.
Oh, I have put a lot of thought into making this.
Okay. That's actually, that's all I wanted, because I'm just... There's a place I want to visit, but we'll see.
What place you want to visit?
I think Jeremy would like it.
Where? Why? What? Which place?
That's it. No, it's good. I'm done.
Jeremy would like it. What?
Yeah.
You're mean.
Why would I like it?
I don't know. I'm done. We can move on. I don't mind. This is. Just want to see if I can hold hands with
Okay. Okay.
Tony.
Okay. I think I know what you mean. Alright. Anyway, Hazel, do you have a question to any of the others? Or another question to me?
So, I do have this as a genuine question because I have no idea what this would entail because Gabloon has no idea what this would entail because he was not meant to succeed. Is there any possible universe where Gabloon is able to establish any amount of like cult or religious following for Yinasu that would satisfy both the demands of his master and also the strange thing where the barrier prevents you from leaving until you succeed at your goal? Because my goal isn't succeedable, that means Gabloon dies there. So is it a thing that is worthy of pursuance? Because Gabloon's going to anyway, he has no choice, but...
Well, there is probably no way for Gabloon to make Yunisu actually a god here. So, in that case, Gabloon is gonna be trapped here.
Unless this is what I think, because I have the same thing with my goal here. You can stretch the wording with it, as in like the goal that depends how sentimented you have your goal. You can change how the wording is, and you could find a loophole to get out. Like you could provide him with power, and the power could be different, and then he could escape. I'm
gonna give you guys one thing. There is one way to break that curse.
It's by tickling Tony.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Also, may we know whose legendary item it was that was missing?
No.
Yeah.
Nope.
Are they character specific?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
They are tailor-made for your character. There is one magic item and one magic weapon.
Oh.
They are somewhere. If you find them, you find them. If you do not, you do not.
Can I find like an infinite bag of fruit? That'd be cool.
Maybe at some point. Alright, Vortex, do you have a question to any of the other?
I mean, I've just like they're not even questions. It's just like I'm really I don't even want this answered because this is actually towards Tony, which I will figure out. I'm really curious what his scarring is because he definitely has some family issue that I really think is cemented, and he has nightmares because of it. So it's not like it's something like it's a small backstory. All my parents died. Like this is actually incredibly important, and I'm curious if that necklace has any other like importance other than it just being just like an heirloom of sort. Could it have some magical use? Could it be used to defeat this beast? And I'm curious what this beast is, and if it destroyed his entire family, how does he intend on killing it? Or does he just want to go down with it so he can see his family? That was words. I don't want any of those answered because you can't. Just wanted to speak them. Can I get to meet Yunisu? Can we have does he have visitors? Can we go visit him? I wanna like talk to the guy.
You just want to talk?
I don't know, man. Okay, so like here's the thing. Elisa's very intrigued because she has a thing where she's kind of linked with her like mother's religion, but it's not even like necessarily with it. Her like her mother's religion is this god of like kind of like healing and the sort, and she kind of follows it more because her mother is associated with it. So she's really curious about religions, and I think she would be really curious to interact with yours because she's not judging. She's like very interested about the mechanics of it. She's trying to find her own calling, so maybe another servant.
The closest thing would literally like to the religion of Yinasu. You notice how Gabloon is just like he's hoarding all these items as offerings to Yinasu, and like kind of just dedicating everything. Yeah, Yinasu just wants
stuff
and glory and praise and yeah.
Okay. But is there a way to go to him and to communicate to him?
Oh yeah, he's just a water genie. He's just at the level of plate of water. And theoretically he could just like
show up.
Yeah, if he wanted to.
Okay.
He wouldn't because he'd have to have a reason to come to Irion and probably get trapped, and he probably even like I don't know, if there's anyone who would know about that sort of thing, he might.
Yeah.
So he'd probably know to not do that, but I don't know.
What if his reason is to talk with Elisa, and then once he talks with her, you can just leave?
Is that how that works?
Oh, that'd be cool.
Like if your purpose is just to like have an audience with the king of this land, and then you have an audience with the king of this land, then you just leave?
I don't know. Okay, there's another thing because these two characters aren't here. I'm curious with what is Rathel's not issue, but what happened to him? Because like, he's a person, but he's purple and he's like cursed, right? I keep on thinking of the purple minion, which I feel so bad about.
Wait, he's actually purple all the way over?
No, but he has the purple streaks, and that's why I think it looks like a curse sort of thing. It reminds me of in Boulders when you eat the worm and it turns you like kind of purple, but not really.
Yeah, from what I understand, he had a slight purple tint to him.
Yeah, and I'm curious why his voice was removed. Like, was it an injury or was it like a punishment for something? Listen.
Sorry.
Okay.
Before I came up with the crackpot gaster theory, my original theory was about what happened to Rathel. Like, what is he?
Mm-hmm.
The closest thing I can imagine is that, like, he either injured himself but he is an expert healing cleric, right?
Yeah.
And he cares very deeply for saving his people. Like, we're a bunch of fucking idiots, and he is doing everything he can to save us.
Yeah.
I think he was dabbling in some forbidden magic that he either experimented on himself or someone else.
Mm-hmm.
And that obviously got him exiled from whatever order it was that taught him his... he basically got kicked out for that, is my speculation. Yeah. But yeah, I'm also incredibly interested to see how that... like, what that is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I mean, that's things that I can't much explain
I'd
to
say.
you guys. So.
Yeah, but it's cool just to mention, to talk about.
Yeah, no, of course. I'm not saying that you're not allowed to mention that.
Stop speaking. That's what.
Stop speaking. No. All right. Is there more questions? Jeremy, do you have questions?
You're a very calculated person.
The other.
I don't really have. No.
You keep everything to yourself, and then you come out and you're like, I know everything. And you're actually the villain of the story. That's what's gonna happen.
I mean, there's still a question written down that you haven't asked, like where the inspiration for Irion came from.
Oh, true. I forgot about that one. That is a question, yeah, that I had written down.
Because you made it.
So there has to be some kind of inspiration to this.
I wonder what game it is, guys.
So the main inspiration that I got for it was basically like the entire backstory from Alona. Which was just like a small kind of thing that started this. Like in general, I've written 2 different other campaigns before that. And I wanted to write a new one. Like I really wanted one, and I also had a group of like a few people that already played both of the other campaigns. So I just wanted to give them something new that is like done by me and not like official. So yeah, I basically just took parts of like the backstory from Elona and kind of just started going with it. First of all, like first thing I did was the map for it. And then with the map basically came like everything else. Like I started to like think about like, hey, what could this place be? What story could be behind it? And it's basically just how it all got put together. And then basically with that there came like the whole plot, the whole story about it. And then after that, because like in the base version of that campaign, the entire Oxaris family wasn't even like implemented. Like at least not to that point where it is like right now, or like where it is now. Then I started to just add that a bit more story behind it, a bit more lore, and that's how we got to the campaign, I guess.
I think that's a great way of doing it, though, and I think like integrating your old characters, like the best way to describe them is that they're retired and you want to do something with their legacy. I think that's the best way of doing things. Yeah,
it basically was like the point. I stopped playing Elona as a character, and I already had like a giant story around like that whole family anyway, because Zerelli is one of my old characters, Julie is one of my old characters, Elona is one of my old characters. The only family members, what the fuck, that are not old characters of mine, but also like already been implemented in the backstory is the brother and like the older sister.
Okay.
Okay. There was already like a giant story anyway behind those characters. And yeah, I just made more out of it because I really love the story of it. I really love how much I put back then like into it as well. And I just wanted to make a big story out of it.
That's awesome. I'm enjoying it.
All right. Is there any more questions that just came up?
Out of curiosity, what's your favorite campaign that you've ever completed? Like that you've ever taken a party from start to end, or been in from start to end?
Well, the only real campaign that I fully completed with a party, like really to the end, was Lost Mines of Fandel.
Oh, but that's...
But I guess my favorite campaign that I have written from like the 4 that I have is probably Irion, just because of like how much love and how much time I like actually put into it, and like how much effort and love, blood, whatever, you know, what people say is actually in it. But when I have to speak about like not homebrew stuff, like not my own stuff, campaigns, I would probably say that Curlostrat is one of my favorite campaigns. I feel like the official stuff. But also Lost Mines of Fandelver is definitely holding like a space in my heart as well, because it's just such a nice written campaign. Even if it's like just short and like really just like for beginners and starters and stuff, but it will
Mhm.
always be the campaign that when I have a full group of like new people, I will always use that campaign to get people to D&D because
Mhm.
there's so much love in it. It was my first campaign that I've played as a player as well, like actively played.
Mhm.
That I was also completing as a player. And then it was the first ever campaign that I also was running. That's what basically got me into D&D and like got me into DMing, so it will always hold like this special space.
Mhm.
Okay. Is it all questions?
Yeah. Do you have any questions towards us?
I was about to ask that. This could be my last question.
Because you're, we don't want to neglect you.
Well, my question is just gonna come to the end, probably.
Okay.
Or like 2 questions, I guess.
Mhm.
But I will put that actually really at the end of this year. Before that, I wanna do a little different, small little mini game kind of thing.
Okay.
Before I come to closing today.
Okay.
So this mini game is called Tavern Tales. And
Alright.
basically, I want you guys just quickly to make up like a rumor that you think that would be there, like in like a random tavern that you go in, that could be either about an NPC that you met or like a party member. Like something that you think that would go around like the entire area already that you could hear in a tavern. Or something made up. Maybe it's just like a full lie. Just a rumor.
Something that comes to mind for me, like in particular, because of Rathel's design, that he looks like nearly like a Reaper in a way. What I'm thinking is that like if we went to the tavern in Arnheim where there's not that many people would think like this guy is here to either enslave or to like take lives, and these are his little like not slaves but like little workers, henchmen, which is what we are, and he's like enslaved us to do work basically. And since we're newcomers to this land, he wants to like take as much as he can from it.
Okay, I
Because
like that
he
one.
looks incredibly evil. So
He does. Okay. That's a good one.
okay.
I'm trying to think of something because, like, Gabloon carrying in that giant spider head the whole way made a scene. But what does that mean? Like, what? That's gonna have people talking about something about him.
Jeremy, do you have some? Fine.
Aw. What could you do with the spider head? It's the first life of many that Rathel has taken, and he is now taking over this kingdom. That's why he wants to hang it in the tavern.
Actually, I might have one.
Okay.
How many people saw the sparring match with Yuli? Would you say ish? Were there
Well,
people that could have
At
started the
least
rumor?
the entire crew saw it.
Okay.
And I'm gonna give you guys a little insight. That crew that you saw was the crew from the rally.
Sorry, from Zirelli? What is that?
That is
Huxaris?
the Huxaris, like the little sister from Ilona.
Oh, okay.
The merchant.
And then most likely I wouldn't be surprised. Never mind then.
Wait, hold on then. Then that has. Oh, okay. Fuck. I think we did kill a noble.
Who do you think we killed?
I don't know, but that can't just be a coincidence, you know? Like now that we know that like most important trade merchant person, and like that there's got to be something there. Like that's the highest. We have indirectly dealt with someone of very high status. You know.
Okay, I'm gonna give you the hint. It wasn't there. Like it has nothing to
Okay.
do with that.
That's reassuring. Because at the very least, that means we didn't kill like a trade baron or anything. Unknowingly. Also, we did kind of break into a place to get Shalin his shit back. Or no, not even to get him his shit back. What was that even about? I don't fucking remember.
Because he wanted some
But that's-
tools.
Oh. The bullshit tools.
But
Guys, maybe we are the evil
Alright.
people in this story.
I think there would probably definitely be a rumor going around that we broke into that place, even though there's not any evidence about it. We are very loud. We
We're very
arrive
rude.
there, and then immediately that happens in this tiny little,
never
quiet
gone.
little village where nothing ever happens. Like the orcs, way, way away in the forest, are the biggest thing going on, which I mean is a pretty pressing issue, granted, but
That's a good rumor.
That's fair.
Do they know who the older brother in the Huxorix family is? Do they know who that is? Like in general, the people?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought they can be like, oh my god, guys, they're beating each other in the street. Look at the family beef. Because Tony is a big guy.
Well, but Tony doesn't have animal ears, so
Not yet.
okay. Ah. Well,
what's
you're
Tony's
gonna
persona?
you're gonna
Does
deal
Tony
with
have a
werewolves
persona?
anyway, so
No. What?
what? Hazel?
So freed souls become things like the Leviathan we found. So, out of curiosity, that's basically just like we basically just all have encoded personas. So, out of curiosity,
Okay.
if Gabloon freed his soul, what would he become? Since that's a canonical thing that exists in the lore, and I also wonder what everyone else would be, but I don't
A
mean to
gorilla.
ask too many
The
questions.
balloon is
with
gonna
one.
become a gorilla.
A gorilla. Is he a happy gorilla? Does he become Harambe?
Oh my god.
My god.
Okay, can we?
Is that what he was trying to save the child?
Can we move on? This is...
Sorry.
No, it's okay. All right. Well, then I guess I'm gonna come to the closing segment. Already 3.5. So I'm gonna ask you the question again that I've asked you just before we started. What was your like favorite moment in the sessions that we had so far? I'm gonna again go in my circle, Hazel, Vortex, and then Jeremy's.
Okay.
We stay with the pattern. Hazel.
I apologize. I'm gonna look over everything again because there have been so many good moments.
That's
I can
good.
go with mine since I have one on mind.
Okay.
One that comes to mind, because, okay, it's not an incredibly integral moment, but I found it really fun, and it kind of just shows how we're all just kind of silly, is the very first time when we were done with the spider mission and we wanted to rest inside the goblin camp. And the idea of us trying to sew that big net and all of the guys' hands getting stuck in the net was really funny to me, because it was like, because as a character I was thinking, oh my god, these guys have never done anything in their life like with their hands other than beat up things. And then the idea of Gabloon perfectly singing all the fish over was amazing. I really liked it. It was so silly because we had nothing. So it's like, okay, guys, let's fry these fish on our shovel that we have. You know, like oh, it was awesome. It was so like
Yes.
it was tattered, but it was great.
That was a good moment. That's true.
So
Jeremy.
yeah, that's the one that comes to mind.
Right now, the first thing I think of is from a few sessions ago. Getting to play with the same character, such a different character. And just how everyone was with that. That was still one of my. Yeah, that is right now one of the first things that I think of.
The one where
At
you
least.
turn into racist Tony.
Yeah. Yes. The one with the first not Tony one. Yeah.
That was really good. On a scale of 1 to 10, how racist is Tony?
Outside of a specific type of race, not really that. He does not give a shit.
After all, he is racist, Tony.
Yeah.
There is one, but that is very.
Fine.
That's fine.
Very
You're racist.
fair.
Don't worry.
Fair.
I believe in you.
Hazel.
I think my favorite moment has got to be the spider cave. That cave has been peak D&D because just the way that we go in there, we have a plan. We're gonna go in there and kill these spiders, in and out, quick and easy job. And then things just start going wrong and going wronger and going wronger, and now the cave is closed in behind us, and now the Amber Reaper is here, and now it's like everything started cascading into absolute. We could have all died there, but we pulled ourselves out of that hole. Rathel struggled to cut the thing's head off. There are just so many great moments from there.
One clean slice done.
That's gotta be. I don't know.
Okay.
That cave has some great memories in it.
I'm gonna tell you guys also my favorite moment, just to share with you guys. I mean, there's been a lot of moments I really love, and I really loved interaction between characters or like characters and NPCs stuff. But I'm gonna say also one of my favorite moments, and I also gonna say it's probably one of the favorite moments overall since I've been DMing, was actually when that stuff with Evil Tony, like you guys call him, happened, because I just loved the way you all just fully went with it. Like, it was such a random situation that was like not really called for, because it's like really just a random thing that I implemented as like a small little weapon. But the way you guys interacted with each other, how like also respectful you just like also as players interacted with each other, like not talking really much over each other, like letting people like fully fulfill the role playing that they have been doing, and then in general like the role playing, the voice acting from like especially from Vernon and also from Tony, from Tony and like Karai in this moment in general, was very interesting to me, and something that I did had before, and also like on a similar level, but I don't want to really much compare my groups with each other, just to be fair, and I mean every group is different.
We're your children after all.
But that was like probably one of my favorite interactions from this group so far. Of course, as I said, there have been like more moments. But also like one of my favorite overall since I've started DMing interactions with like players in general. Once again, credits I want to give to you also, Jeremy, how you handled that situation, because it was like literally things happening. Here's like really just a small brief like
Like two fucking sentences.
yes,
Here's
this
your
is
Fucking yeah.
and the
Two
way
sentences to work off of and go.
yeah, and the way you did that was really really good. And I really wished I had popcorn in that moment, because that was just cinema. Like I was so intrigued. Like usually when we're running the sessions, I'm occupied with like so many things, because like I'm taking notes, I'm like trying to pay attention, trying to like also just manage the next things that gonna happen. But in that moment, it just sucked me in. I just had to like fully focus on that role playing and that interaction that was going on. And there have been barely any moments where that really much happened in that kind of way. Just because I really tried to do multiple things at once with like note taking and everything. So yeah, that was one of my most favorite moments in this campaign so far, in this group so far. But then also in general, just every time you guys interact with each other in like a role-playing way, I just in general love, because there's so much you put into that, so much effort and so much like actual care, that it's just always like a very lovely.
I think there's really nice connected relationships with the group members too, which I really like. I think that's really nice too. It's more of like we are actually working together instead of like we are just by coincidence together.
I just like the dynamic between all of you. Like, first of all, like as the players in general, like you can really tell, at least I think so in my view when I look on it. Everyone liked each other. No one has like a crunch or something against someone. And it's just in general very very nice and soft, and like no hatred or anything, which is really and like also like the communication and like the support just in general between each other is really nice, which I really Alright, then I come to my other question that I have to you. Is there a moment in the campaign so far that you didn't like? If there isn't, then you can also just say that, that's okay, but...
There were a couple of moments where, like, when everyone started having those visions, I was trying to go and, like, have a moment where I was praying to Inasu, but so much was going on, it just kind of got, like, I don't know, it felt like there wasn't really... It's less of a not liking it, as more it was just, like, unfortunate circumstances from not having the time to do literally everything under the sun.
Honestly, that came up too. That's what I was thinking, because you had the thing of like everyone got to interact, and then you didn't have it as much.
I just walked off into a room and then had a vision happen to me, and then I kind of felt like I just had to sit out for the bit there. That's perfectly okay. I spend too much time running my mouth and being Gabloon anyway.
But I like talking Gabloon. I guess the other thing that comes to mind really, I mean, it's slightly linked with this, but I remember we were trying to do like Gabloon, well, Yunisu-esque things in Arnheim, where we wanted to make a little like like statue and stuff. And it kind of just felt like we didn't have much of a chance to do that, because I have personally noticed myself that at least with a lot of the Unisu stuff, it's just like, oh, we'll do it later, and then it never comes up, which I feel really bad because I really want to see stuff like that. I think that's very important for Gabloon's character, because that is Gabloon's character, and we haven't seen much of that. So I that's one thing I'd like to see a lot more of.
I can see that, yeah.
Other than that, I don't have any like particular moments that were problematic, I don't think. Rather, well, I'd rather not die to like, hydras that make me think my friends are enemies, but that's besides the point.
Or displace your kitties that
Okay,
we luckily
around.
With the false hydra, that was like a really unfortunate thing. It's like there's a roll table I prepared for myself. Like as that's encounters that can happen.
Yeah,
here. And that false hydra is literally on a 2%.
Okay, no, that's fair. I will say one thing that I incredibly like, and that I will try to do a lot more of, is that you don't have to fight with everything. Like that displacer kitty, I was thinking, okay, we have to find some like weird ass way we can kill the 100 HP enemy, but no, it's not. There's a different solution to it. I think that's huge, and I have to like. I don't have to realize that more oftenly, but I think that's actually really nice that there's an option.
That's why I threw this in, because that's what basically why I did that. Why I put it in that session, because I wanted to just show you once again, like even though I'm like saying it already, that there's always, okay, not always, but like in most occasions, the opportunity to solve an encounter without killing whatever is there.
I feel so bad.
Shuri, that was her name. Sorry.
I feel so bad for throwing all the boulders at the fairies. My little dust storm.
I remember in the previous campaign, we were leaving from, I believe, Crawford, and we were jumped by bandits, and KL was negotiating with the bandits, and Shuri, fucking Shuri, used Vicious Mockery, the one spell she knew, on the bastard, starting a whole encounter. Just throw it all in the trash! Like, after the fact, we even...
Yes.
Sorry, just remembering that scene made me remember Shuri was named Shuri.
Shuri.
Yes.
Adri was the player's name? Oh, I shouldn't go saying that. Well, I said that with a question mark, so we could just easily resolve that by not,
It's okay,
answering the question or not. Sorry.
Alright, so that's my 2 questions that I had to you guys, that I, like, prepared for myself. I will leave you guys with this theories that are now hopefully solved and now, and I'm very excited for the next session, and I hope that we get to do what I was planning last session already. I mean, it will be a little bit different, but it'll be fine. And I'm also very excited to see you guys going into the next section. Next, like the big lashy thing that you've been already heard about. Because after that, things will maybe change a little bit, depending on what your actions will be.
Wait a minute.
But we will see that tomorrow, I guess.
Okay.
I don't know how I feel about the adjacency between we don't always have to fight everything, and depending on our choices, the Amber Reaper encounter may go differently. Because last time we had to kill it because Magma's backstory, and also he abducted Gario. But
I was not referring to the encounter with that.
Okay. But knowing the Reaper's general modus operandi. Makes me wonder.
You will see, and we will see tomorrow. And with that, I will rate your people out to someone.
Yippee.
And we see each other tomorrow for for the session. Happy, prepared, and motivated. I'm gonna
Thanks
send
for all the
the stream over to Hazard because we haven't rated Hazard yet, and Hazard rated us a few times. So, yeah, they are playing the new Hollow Knight Silk Song. So enjoy that.
Oh my god, that got released today, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yesterday.
Oh.
Crashed Steam in the Nintendo eShop.
So whoever doesn't want to get spoiled, then just leave them a hello and then leave. Give them some love. Make sure to drink. Get some eat. Get some food.
I'm gonna get some eat. I'm thinking like Elisa right now.